大丈夫って手を振ってこれはどこにでもある話終わり始まりの繰り返しなんてことない日々の暮らし This is a friend, this is a friend
たくさん人が来たにゃんいらっしゃいまにゃんはいはいなぎた眠れないかい What are you doing here かいにゃんまきくんにゃんななななな Hello ダニにゃん青みで JC くん Dragon Gamer Nerd Blase Tough Tony Rose Lord Zelix J-Man X トコナにゃんいらっしゃいまにゃんArline, thank you so much for subscribing, for being a special cruncher within the kingdom, Nyang, for 2 months. And many more will follow, Nyang. Arigatai desu, Nyang. Rose, thank you so much for subscribing, for being a special cruncher within the kingdom for 5 months. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Apple Crate, thank you so much for the follow, Nyang. And welcome to the kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Scully Jones, hola, Nyang. Hola, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Welcome, welcome. I do apologize if my voice sounds just a little bit different, Nyang. It's because I've been suffering from like severe allergies, just seasonal allergies, but the season is changing, Nyang. So all of the plants in the area are like, we gotta send out pollen now, and so so it's made surviving ちょっと難しい, Nyang. So my voice is just a little bit scratchy, Nyang. ごめんなさい, Nyang. I hope that doesn't bother anyone in particular, Nyang. Hi, Harune, glad to catch another stream, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Hello, Hanley Bob, Nyang. That neat. Irashaima, Nyang. Avi Fooding, hi. Hello, Tough Tony. Hello, Rose King Nyang of Crunch, Nyang. Fall is coming from my state. Me too, Nyang. Rip Harune allergy season hitting her, Nyang. And the thing is like I take allergy medicine every night so that I don't have like an allergy attack in my sleep. Because sometimes I'll wake up, Nyang, and I'll have like itchy eyes, runny nose, scratchy throat, itchy ears, which is really weird, Nyang. But I just absolutely daikirai da, Nyang. I'm still on fire. Aomine, Nyang. I hope you are no longer on fire soon. Long time no see. Yeah, hisashiburi desu, Nyang. Kaden is tired. Irashaima, Nyang. 00 subs. Hello, Nyang. The Silent Gaming. Hi, irashaima, Nyang. Right now, everyone who's nyang. Oh, everyone. Wait, nyang? All I can imagine them singing the nya song through the galaxy while riding over a rainbow, Nyang. Ah, that's long. Nyang. Ken, thank you so much for the host, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Do you also take those which make you sleepy, Nyang? That's my problem, Nyang. No, actually. So, like, I won't take ones like Benadryl or anything like that, Nyang. Because, the last time I took one of those ones that make you sleepy, Nyang, it was an off-brand one, so, it had almost all of the same ingredients as Benadryl, but it was not, like, that company name. It was not that brand name, Nyang. It gave me some of the weirdest dreams I have ever had in my life, Nyang, and they are not appropriate for stream talk, Nyang. So I the moment I had that dream, I was like, no, I'm never taking those medicines again, Nyang. So what I do take instead, Nyang, is I take Zyrtec, Nyang. I take Zatek, Nyang. Vagrid, thank you so much for subscribing, for being a special crunch within the kingdom for 2 months, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Irashaima nyang. Just popping in before a very late night research interview. Hope y'all have a good evening. Oh, thank you so much, Vagrant nyang. Vagrant. I don't know why I said vagrant. Is it vagrant or vagrant nyang? The game link. Irashaima nyang. Salutations, everyone, and good evening to you. Same to you, nyang. Exactly that song, nyang. Super Storm Droid. Irashaima nyang. Shiro Luffy, irashaima nyang. Yikes. Yeah, it is a big yikes, nyang. Yeah, you don't need to explain it, nyang. Loot here, irashaima nyang. Feel bad, Pepe Hands, nyang. Dragon Gamer, irashaima nyang. Spook Group. Hello, nyang. What over-the-counter med was this? Asking for a friend, nyang. I don't recall. It was just some off-brand branch of Benadryl, nyang. How's the water drinking, nyang? It's well, drink some now, nyang. It is indeed vagrant, phonetically speaking. Gomenasai, nyang. All this time I've been saying vagrant, nyang. Gomenasai, nyang. Tails the Fox, irashaima, nyang. What's new and how are you, nyang? Other than suffering from allergies, I am daijouke desu, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. I am going to make the switch now. Junbi, nyang. Yosh, yarouze, nyang. In 3, 2, 1, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. Modotte kita, nyang. It's been a long time since we've been at the Harune house, nyang. Love taken, irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. That being said, nyang, I'm gonna throw up the virtual's care or virtual scare. Dochidemo ii, nyang. Just to explain why I am nyang here today and why today is the final day, nyang. So what's the plan for this stream, nyang? Oh, no Meido today. No, nyang. No, nyang. We are chilling at home because I have the allergy, nyang, and I don't want to be outside anymore, nyang. It makes my allergies all miserable, nyang. I thought you ranged in screaming after your last stream playing getting away. Nani, nyang? Nani, nyang? Look, there's a cutie on my screen now. Sugoi! No, that's you, nyang. No. Irashaima, nyang. Minasan, kite kurete hontou arigatou gozaimashita, nyang. What's new, nyang? Just allergies, nyang. Nothing really new. Sounds chill, nyang. What's happening? What's this stream about, nyang? It's not really about anything, nyang. We're just here to chat and stuff, nyang. It's Elise. Thank you so much for the host, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. I thought she wasn't streaming today, nyang. HJ, nante you no, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. No, I stream every Friday at 9 p.m, nyang. Nani no, nyang. What song was that, nyang? The song that was just playing in the background, nyang? I can throw on. I can put the playlist in chat, nyang, if you guys are interested, nyang. Yoshi, nyang. Blue, thank you so much for subscribing, for being a special crunch within the kingdom. Irashaima, nyang. Wait, for 12 months, big pachis, nyang. Arigatou gozaimashita, nyang. Okay, well that arm didn't want to cooperate, nyang. You are a full-year subscriber. Arigatou gozaimashita, nyang. Star Getto. Arigatou, Blue, nyang. The game link, thank you so much for subscribing, for being a special crunch within the kingdom, nyang. Very good games. Irashaima, nyang. How are you doing today, nyang? Harune being cute stream? Oh wait, that's every stream, nyang. Nani tenno, nyang. That's you guys. Remember, nyang. Everyone in chat is a big heckin' cutie, nyang. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay? Okay, nyang? Starfire, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for subscribing, for being a special cruncher within the kingdom, nyang. Arigatai desu, nyang. How have you all been this week, nyang? How have you all been this week, nyang? Guys, nyang. And this probably won't even, like, be incredibly important, nyang. I got Fall Guys, nyang! So you can look forward to seeing that on stream, nyang. I played it for the first time yesterday. I'm not very good at it at all, nyang. In fact, I'm complete garbo. I think I didn't qualify, like, nyang. I qualified maybe, like, 25% of the time, nyang. Had after the very first round, Nyang. So, ちょっとやばい Nyang. I am trying to get better, Nyang. Oh no, are you sick, Nyang? I'm so sorry. The spaghetti irashaima, Nyang. Just joined. I don't know the context, but I think it's all about you. Nani no, Nyang? Is you, Nyang. Is you, Nyang. Very good. My new mic will come in today, and I'm hyped. Pachi, 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 Nyang. New mics are exciting. I remember how excited I was when I got my new mic, Nyang. Red Dolphin Red. Irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. How are you doing today, Nyang? Oh my gosh, so many Nyang. Pikinu, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Pikinu. Pikinu, Nyang. I should do my shoutouts. Nemurenai kai. Our line, Nyang. It's a mild thing I'm going through. なるほど、にゃん。頑張っていますね。頑張ってくださいね、にゃん。I also know blue stream, にゃん。Time for another game for Harune to master, にゃん。You know I'm just gonna be garbo at it, right, にゃん? Gabriel use water gun, にゃん? In Fall Guys, にゃん? 何言ってんの、にゃん? Harune, Pikinu, Pikinu, and Rose. Yoshi, Nyang. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Wow, a stretchy already, Nyang? Oh, okay. Yes. Hui. Oh my gosh, Nyang. Every time I stretch it, I have to yawn, Nyang. I wonder if you'll have trouble breaking out of the habit of saying nyang nyang. In fact, it's quite the opposite, nyang. I sometimes have to remind myself to say nyang nyang. Just because once the stream is done, nyang, I'm done nyang nyang. Oh. Nyang nyang nyang. I slept for almost 12 hours. I was probably tired. Tabu nyang. Tabu nyang. Nyarune or haru nyang? I think Harune has been said before, Nyang, but Nyarune works too, Nyang. I think that's just the nature of my name, Nyang. Just makes it really easy to like a variety of name combinations, Nyang. So I guess the Nya Speak redeem would be redundant. Yes, it would. In fact, if there's anything that you wanted to redeem, Nyang, that was it said in Nya Speak, Nyang, I would just do redeem read aloud, Nyang, and you'd basically be getting things in Nyang Speak for a cheaper point, you know, for cheaper crunches, Nyang. I remember my first win in Fall Guys. I fell down and thought I lost, but then someone in voice chat shouted, "No, you won!" And my stomach hurts so bad after all this, Nyang. Irasha. Omedetou, Nyang. That's wonderful, Nyang. I bet that's a really good feeling though when you finally win, Nyang. Minasan, arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Thank you so much for helping complete a level 1 hype train, Nyang. Choo-choo, Nyang. Nyanyu? Nyanyu, Nyang. Choo-choo, arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Amokama no irashaima, Nyang. How are we doing? I think we're doing pretty well, Nyang. Tell me how you've been doing this week, you guys, Nyang. Yes, it does, and I believe you will also sooner or later. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. I feel dour. What does dour mean? Kitakoto ga nai no kotoba, Nyang. I've never heard that word before, Nyang. Nyang, Nyang. Oh! Were any of you guys able to catch the D&D stream held over at Sweden's channel yesterday morning, Nyang? I am curious for your thoughts, Nyang. I am curious about your thoughts, Nyang. I like talking about things that I've just done, Nyang. And I feel like since yesterday's D&D stream was very productive, Nyang, I am curious as to your opinions, Nyang. Do we have a Discord, Harune? Yes, we do, Nyang. Yoshi, Nyang. There we go. I guess I'll throw everything up here, Nyang. Nyang. Yoshi, Nyang. I remember someone trying to hit a pillar. That's right. That's right, Nyang. That's right, Nyang. So we were fighting a stone golem, Nyang, and our quarter orc monk, Nyang, Tesseltia, Nyang, she fights with a quarterstaff, Nyang. But she, somewhere along the line, we were confused as to like, or we were told that it was hang on, that melee attacks were weak. Still could, you know, do some damage, but moderately weak against Stone Golem Nyang. So she was convinced that she couldn't do anything to damage this Golem Nyang. So what she wanted to do is she wanted to break down a pillar and then let the pillar crush the Golem Nyang. So she used an unarmed strike against the pillar Nyang. Rolled quite high, but you know, nothing happened to the pillar. It just like didn't move. So she just wasted a turn hitting the pillar Nyang. But then we realized later Nyang that her quarterstaff was actually bludgeoning attacks Nyang. So she could have actually done the most damage against the Stone Golem. She felt so silly afterwards though, Nyang. Oh, I just joined this platform Wednesday. 心配しないでNyang. いらっしゃいませNyang. No, Facebook, Nyang. It was nice, even if I didn't get much of a chance to see it. 大丈夫です Nyang. There's also always the VOD, which is still 楽しいよ Nyang. Lucas, いらっしゃいま Nyang. How are you doing today, Nyang? That's good D&D right there, Nyang. It does make it fun, right? It does make it unique, Nyang. Bloodboy, いらっしゃいま Nyang. How are you guys doing? Oh, meal roll call, Windows. Meal roll call. 教えてください Nyang. What is the last thing you all ate today, Nyang? Whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Nyang. Let's not forget Cadfell's thunderous performance. I saw Nemen and Ikai's comments in the chat, Nyang. We're not called the Thunderclappers for nothing, Nyang. Yabe Nyang. Roll a 20 to use Star Platinum, Nyang. I rolled a nat 20 with a crossbow, Nyang. Oh my goodness, Nyang. I had some chili mac and cheese with chorizo. Oh, 美味しそう, Nyang. Uramayashi yo, Nyang. Jealous, Nyang. That sounds so good, Nyang. I had my diet shake, if you can call it food, Nyang. You mean a shake, Nyang? Oh, okay, yes, a diet shake, Nyang. Wait, what's a diet shake, Nyang? What makes it diet, Nyang? 8 yakitori with noodles. Hey, 美味しそう, Nyang. I had a deep fried mac and cheese ball, Nyang. Yo, I have no idea what that is, Nyang. That sounds amazing, Nyang. There's an apple crate, please. The butt slap heard around the world, Nyang. The Nightbot, いらっしゃいま Nyang. I had homemade Cuban fritas. They were awesome, Nyang. That sounds amazing. Homemade food is the best, Nyang. I had mac and cheese, Nyang. Today was a mac and cheese day, wasn't it, chat, Nyang? Pastrami sub, Nyang. I had some pulled rotisserie chicken with honey mustard, Nyang. That sounds so good, Nyang. Turkey club and some kombucha, Nyang. Ooh, 美味しそう, Nyang. Oreos? As a snack or as a meal, Nyang? I ate enchiladas, Nyang. Ooh, so good, Nyang. I had cubed chicken. I had cubed barbecue chicken, so, Nyang. So it was like, think of it like the kind of texture that it would look like in a curry sauce, Nyang, but it was barbecue sauce, Nyang. Like a cooked barbecue sauce, Nyang, with rice and steamed veggies, Nyang. Excuse you, every day's a mac and cheese day. Nyang. Not for me, though, not for my lactose intolerance, but for you, absolutely. You could have a mac and cheese day every day if you wanted, Nyang. Something you use to a meal with basic to replace a meal with basic things inside, Nyang. It also gives you that feeling that you're not hungry anymore, Nyang. Oh, okay, like a meal replacement shake. Naruhodo, Nyang. Naruhodo, Nyang. Snack, of course. Gamba, Nyang. My English today, Nyang. 私もね、いつもね、私の英語はやっぱり変なの, Nyang. My English is never good, Nyang. Every day my English is a struggle, Nyang. Nyang, Nyang. Yeah, Nyang, Nyang. Friends. I have a very casual, Nyang, I should say announcement, Nyang, but it's not completely like a brand new announcement, Nyang, because I have mentioned this on and off, Nyang. Dolgoslav. Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Zaku's do things, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Oh, shoushou kudasai, Nyang. I've been doing Nyang for a week, Nyang. I have Nyang. ちょっと難しかったんですけど, Nyang. I didn't do Nyans yesterday though because that was technically not my stream, Nyang. It was Sweden's stream, Nyang. Also, I was Kadfeld, Nyang. The half-elf barge, Nyang. Zaku とは違うのだよ. Zaku とは It's different from Zach. What is Zaku, Nyang? にゃに? いらっしゃいませ, Zaku. ザクさん、来てくれてありがとうございました、にゃん。Just got back to the States. Jet lag is the worst, にゃん。お疲れ様でした、にゃん。Welcome back. お帰りなさい、にゃん。Welcome back to the States, にゃん。But you wish you were still in Japan, にゃん。大丈夫な、にゃん。心配しないでください、にゃん。Egg sandwich with spam, にゃん。おいしいよ、にゃん。Well, I just popped in, while I could real quick. Hopefully I'll be able to make the next one, にゃん。Amokamaありがとうございました、にゃん。I hope to see you soon, にゃん。Hey, did you know there's something cute between you and I on the Y and I on the keyboard, にゃん? Oh, I see what you did there, にゃん。おかわいいこと、にゃん。にゃんにゃんにゃん。Hey, did you know there's... Oh, wait, I just read that, にゃん。The ultimate いらっしゃいま、にゃん。はいはい、にゃん。The Nyangs would get annoying as heck in a D&D stream, Nyang, unless they really fit with your character, Nyang. Yeah, it would be too much, Nyang. Character temporarily becomes a weird cat, Nyang. I was thinking if Sweden was planning on making all of us Nyang for the redeem, Nyang, that she would have added somewhere in the campaign that we all like accidentally drank a Nya potion, Nyang, that just made all of us Nyang for like the next 24 hours or whatever, Nyang. I shall elaborate on my enchiladas to make y'all hungry. It's payback for y'all making me hungry. They're chicken cheese enchiladas with green sauce and spinach, Nyang. What goes in your green sauce, Nyang? Oh wait, I was talking about an announcement, wasn't I, Nyang? Hang on, shoushou kudasai, Nyang. I want to double check something before I say anything. Okie dokie, Nyang. Okay. Yes, so. Nyang. Ashita. Tomorrow, Nyang. Tomorrow, Nyang. We are. Nyang. We are streaming episode 0 of GHK Radio, Nyang. So, I don't think there's a set time yet, Nyang. We just say past 9 p.m. EST, Nyang. So probably, yeah, so probably like 9:15, 9:30. Maybe we should make it 9:30 just to be safe, Nyang. Just to be safe, Nyang. But tomorrow, you'll hear an announcement from me, Nyang. So if you, in fact, Nyang, I highly recommend, Nyang, that you follow either my Twitter, Nyang, or my Discord, Nyang, for the official announcement posts, Nyang, about when we're gonna go live and things like that, Nyang. But GHK Radio stands for Girl DM. The DM is not included in the G part, Nyang. H for Harune, Nyang, and K for Nemurenai Kai, Nyang. So Girl Harune Kai Radio, Nyang. And that's going to be our podcast. So we are recording, streaming, episode 0 tomorrow night at around 9 p.m. EST, Nyang. No official time yet, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be close to like 9:15, 9:30 p.m. EST, Nyang. So GHK stands for Anya, girl, for Girl DM, Nyang. Harune, Nyang, and Kai, Nyang. So, I should shout out these precious beans, Nyang. Girl _DM _Nyang. And then Nemurenai Kai. Nemurenai Kai And I was about to shout myself out, nyang. I don't need to shout myself out, nyang. Pasta guy, nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Kai is a girl, nyang? No, Kai is not a girl, nyang. Kai is not a girl, nyang. Definitely, nyang. Hi, nyang. Hello, Harune. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today, nyang? We're doing really, really well, nyang. Kai is a Crocs. Nyang, Kai is a shoe. Kai is a shoe. He is a footwear, nyang. Kai infiltrated girls club, nyang. Nyang. He is the pillar, although he says we are his nightmares, nyang. Can you believe that, chat, nyang? I'm a nightmare, nyang. Arianai, nyang. Arianai, nyang. I could never be anyone's nightmare, nyang. Daro, nyang. Penny Blake, thank you so much for the host, nyang. Kai is a LaCroix head. I posted my beautiful sin in the gaming section of Discord, nyang. Beautiful sin, nyang. Good nightmare, nyang. Looping, nyang. I am so confused on what have I stumbled on, nyang? Nothing, nyang. We're just chilling at the Harune house, nyang, because allergies are tough right now, nyang. I can't step outside without having to sneeze and blow my nose every like 10 seconds, nyang. So we're hanging out indoors tonight, nyang. For your health, nyang. Harune is a nice dream, nyang. Neo, nyang. Nyang. Jodan jane, nyang. We're just joking, nyang. I am so thirsty, actually, nyang. Take a sippy. Actually, if you guys have beverages with you, grab it. I have mine in hand here. Even though my hand doesn't want to stay still, nyang. Because, you know, that's Migi for you, nyang. Ishani nomoyo, nyang. Let's take a drink. Nom. Hello, Harune, nyang. Speaking in All Might's voice, I am here. Tenny of Lake, irashaima, nyang. Kite kurete arigatou gozaimashita, nyang. You just finished my coffee? Oh, wait, you just finished. I just finished my coffee. Naruhodo, nyang. Naruhodo, nyang. Harune face, Kai face, nyang. Yeah, buddy, nyang. I want to turn the beautiful Sin into D&D character that is worthy, nyang. Ganbatte, nyang. Cheers! Yes, I also have some herbal tea here. Guys. Nyang, okay, ready? This is a PSA. This is a PSA from Harune, right? And that wasn't supposed to rhyme, but here it is. PSA from Harune. So, you English is hard, nyang. So, 集中してください, nyang. Listen up, nyang. Harune PSA, yappari, nyang. For Silent Gaming, I am going to stay hydrated in just 1 second because I want to talk about what I am going to be sipping, nyang. And what it is, nyang. If you guys ever have an allergy, nyang. Propane Beep, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch now. Irashaima, nyang. But, if you have like allergies, like seasonal allergies, and you find that your throat often gets really scratchy or things like that, or during cold and flu season, nyang, where, I mean, basically just if you suffer from a sore throat. Now, I understand, nyang, that some people, nyang, treat sore throats differently, nyang. Some people, nyang, when they have a sore throat, have to have cold things, nyang, right? Like they feel like their throat is too hot and they just need something cold to drink, nyang. There are people on the opposite side of the spectrum, nyang, who, when they're having a sore throat, cannot take anything cold. Cold things will just make it worse, nyang. When I was in college, nyang, and So for those of you who don't know, nyang, I went to college and I got my degree. I double majored, so I got 2 degrees at the same time, nyang. But one of my degrees, nyang, was in piano performance, nyang. And when you are part of the music department, nyang, you are not secluded from everyone else. The whole music department, at least in my university, was all together sort of in the same building on the same floor, right? We were all together suffering together, nyang. So I had a lot of classmates and friends who were vocal students, who were opera singers, nyang. opera singer students, Nyang. And always around the same time of year, everyone was suffering from either severe allergies or like sore throats, cold, flu, anything that had to affect the vocal cords and would affect their singing. They all recommend this specific kind of tea, Nyang. And the tea that I'm talking about is from a brand called Traditional Medicinals, Nyang. And specifically, this tea is called Throat Coat. And I will type that. You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna pull up an image, Nyang. So traditional medicinal throat coat. Nyang tea. There we go, Nyang. Nyang. Okay. Hang on. Let me pull up this image, Nyang. And hopefully it works, Nyang. Nyang. See, there we go. I'll be coughing now, Nyang. ごめんなさい、Nyang. 心配しないでください、Nyang. 大丈夫です、Nyang. There we go. We should probably hide chat for a second, Nyang. Chat, ごめんなさい, Nyang. You're gonna have to disappear, Nyang. Donk. よし、これだ、Nyang. これだ、Nyang. これです、Nyang. よし。よし、これ。これですよ、Nyang. So, traditional medicinals throat coat tea, Nyang. And I know there aren't a whole lot of reviews on their website, Nyang. But, ごめんなさい, Nyang. But it's really, really good for the throat. So it says taste sweet and silky with a distinct licorice taste. Do not let that deter you, right? People are like, what do you mean licorice, Nyang? Who still consumes licorice these days, Nyang? But I promise you, in fact, so this is an herbal tea that has no caffeine in it, Nyang. And it has ingredients like natural herbs and ingredients in there, Nyang, that are good for soothing the throat. However, the little hint of licorice, it doesn't, like, to me, Nyang, when I drink it, I don't think, hey, this tastes like licorice, Nyang. To me, I just say, hey, this is oddly sweet, like as an aftertaste, right? Like you don't drink it and go, whoa, I just got hit with like a bunch of sugar, Nyang. It's not quite like that. It's just like you drink it and you go, okay, this tastes like health, Nyang. And then, just like as an aftertaste, you're like, wait a second, this is sweet. Like I could continue to drink this and not feel gross, Nyang. So I absolutely highly recommend this. I've been drinking this for years, Nyang, and this really, really helps. Like I said, all of my vocal classmates, all my singer classmates back in college, Nyang, highly would all of them drink this. Like the whole singing staff drank this tea, Nyang. It's very, very highly recommended, Nyang. It says the slippery elm tree has played an important role in Native American herbal medicine for hundreds of years. Inspired by its traditional use, Nyang, we source our slippery elm domestically, Nyang, where families collect the bark sustainably, Nyang, by hand to protect the trees for future generations, Nyang. So it's in a very, standard looking box, Nyang. Caffeine free herbal supplement tea, Nyang. You go to their website and they just show you all the ingredients and stuff like that, Nyang. Heck, I think I have that mug, Nyang. But それです Nyang. That's been your Harune PSA. ごめんなさい、Nyang. よし、OK. チャットボックス戻ってきてください、Nyang. And now I'll have to catch up with chat, Nyang. 少々お待ちください、Nyang. どんどん戻ってきた、Nyang. チャットボックス。Tea education pog, Nyang. Nyang. Do you find yourself nyang on reflex after at all after stream, Nyang? Zen Nyang. I have never felt the urge to nyang post stream, Nyang. The only time where I'll nya is if I'm just making a sound, but it has nothing related to do with like the words that want to come out of my mouth, Nyang. So like I've talked about this before, Nyang. Sometimes when my students are playing and they play a wrong note, Nyang, and I don't want to just be like, hey, you played something wrong over there, Nyang. I'll just like make a noise, Nyang, just to be like, hey, I caught that, Nyang. You might have, blipped up over there, Nyang. So instead of going like up, I find myself going, Nyang. But like, so I've done it a couple of times, Nyang, and like, no one's reacted, Nyang. They all just like, no one's been like, I'm sorry, what was that, Nyang? They just, they just roll with it, Nyang. I always take a hot honey and lemon drink for mine, but hot drinks, other than that, always make my throat worse, Nyang. I highly recommend you try this throat coat tea, Nyang. It really, like, it feels like it's wrapping your throat in just like a nice warm hug, Nyang. Because I used to think that like, honey and citrus would be really, really good. But after doing a little bit of light reading, Nyang, the citrus actually doesn't help heal anything. In fact, the acidity might even make your throat worse, Nyang, but it's the honey that actually really, really helps, Nyang. So I assume the ingredients or the whatever goes on in slippery elm extract, Nyang, also helps too, Nyang. The famous throat coat TM, Nyang. 戻ってきたにゃん。おかえりなさい Superstorm Droid にゃん。Tea Education Pog にゃんだろうにゃん。Love the name Simply Sanity いらっしゃいまにゃん。いらっしゃいまにゃん。I've never used a glass tea mug because I've always been scared of it exploding, Nyang. The glass is actually tempered, Nyang. If it's made in the shape of a mug, Nyang, the glass is tempered so it won't shatter with heat, Nyang. And you'll find that it's much thicker than like standard glass cups, Nyang. Leo, irashai ma, Nyang. Did I already agree? Is it Leo or Leo? Like from Promare, Nyang. Whenever I hear other people Nyang, I also feel like Nyang. VTuber Taze, irashai ma, Nyang. Nyang with me then. We should all Nyang together, Nyang. Blipped up, Nyang. Foss brings out the inner Nyang. Yeah, it's Foss's fault. I started Nyang a little bit anyway. But we love Foss very, very, very much, Nyang. So right now I'm Nyang as I speak. As I speak, thanks to you, Nyang. どうでもいいやん、Nyang. They're used to Harune Nyang, 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 zero effect. Yeah. Plant flowers for the garden. Flower gives me allergies. Me. Nyang, yappari Nyang. How much can it cost, Nyang? Good question, Nyang. I think it's... Here, hang on. Wait, hang on a second. No, yabe. Machigaimashita, Nyang. Hang on, I'm checking the price. Go back, Nyang. Wait, no. So from their website, Nyang, one box is $5.79, Nyang. And that's for 16 individually wrapped tea bags. I think it's worth it, Nyang. I feel like, so I just buy mine from the supermarket, Nyang. I think it might be maybe around that price, maybe up to like $7. 本当に覚えてないんですけど, Nyang. But I always try to make sure that I have it in the changing of the seasons, Nyang, just because I know my throat's gonna be a jerk to me, Nyang. Lupinas! Oh my goodness! What's going on with my arm? 声よみな Nyang. My arm just busted out through my gut, Nyang. Well, it didn't happen, Nyang. It was all a figment of your imagination, Nyang. Pin desu yo, Nyang. Lupin! Nani? Lupin, thank you. Lupin, thank you so much for the follow, Nyang. And welcome to the kingdom of crunch, Nyang. Irashai ma, Nyang. It feels like wrapping your throat in a nice warm hug. I believe that's called strangulation, Harune, Nyang. Well, no, you don't die from it. Please do not hug your throat or anybody else's for that matter. That's called choking. That's very unhealthy, Nyang. Laziest boyo, irashai ma, Nyang. Irashai ma, Nyang. I'm reminded of the movie Super Troopers. There's a scene where two cops are meowing and two guys are going. How'd it go, Nyang? Wait, has Harune done the Monogatari series Nyan sentence? I have, Nyang. Multiple times, Nyang. Might as well stay. Don't have anything better to do, Nyang. Well, you are welcome to either stay or go. We do not force anyone to do anything here. It is up to you. It is up to ye. Nyang, if you guys have seen the John Mulaney skit, Nyang. I need to go. It's getting late. I wish you all an awesome stream, Nyang. R-Line VT, ありがとうございました。本当に来てくれてありがとう、Nyang. Oh yeah, I was supposed to take a sippy from earlier. Hang on, let me sip my tea. Oh, so good, Nyang. I love this tea, Nyang. Double walled cups can cost anywhere from 12 USD to 30 USD, nyang. It does really depend, nyang. VTuber Taze, oh, another stay hydrated. Arigatou gozaimasu, nyang. I will drink this tea all day, nyang. I don't even care. I want to learn the basic of music theory, nyang. ちょっと難しいんですけど, nyang. There are like workbooks out there that I think do a pretty decent job of like taking you through the steps, nyang. Part of my piano education, nyang, even when I started. So I started when I was 4 years old, nyang. And I've taken piano all my life since then, nyang. But when since then I have only ever changed teachers once. Technically twice, but that was for like maybe a few months, maybe a year, and then I switched right back because that teacher wasn't as good, nyang. But my one teacher that I had all through my early piano education, nyang, gave me those workbooks to just kind of like help me through that side of the brain's learning, nyang. So, ちょっと難しいんですけど, nyang. 頑張ってください, nyang. Okay, no more throat coat, nyang. Wait, no. Yes, more throat coat, nyang. We must continue to consume the throat coat, nyang. Yeah, I have allergies too. I can recommend throat coat. Yeah. That neat. You drink it too, nyang? It's so good, isn't it, nyang? Ashley Williams syndrome, nyang? Nani sore, nyang? Okay, child, I'll be your bead. Time to zone out in the shower for Muge. Or the nyang-san from the Macross Frontier, nyang? 知らないよ, nyang. Nyang! Midnight Shadow, いらっしゃいま, nyang. Hi, hi. 来てくれてありがとうございました, nyang. にゃなめ。いや、もう一回, nyang. にゃなめ。全然読めねえよ。にゃなめ。にゃにゃじゅにゃにゃにゃどのにゃらにゃにゃにゃにゃ Is there an R in there, にゃらびでにゃくにゃるいにゃくにゃにゃにゃにゃはんにゃにゃらいにゃにゃくにゃらべてにゃがにゃがめうるさいわねそれにゃん難しすぎるにゃん Apparently no matter how many times I do it, it doesn't get any better にゃんやべえにゃんにゃん Okay, didn't plan on joining a cult today, but you know, Nyang, there is no cult. This is not a cult, Nyang. I promise you it's not a cult, Nyang. I'm gonna pop over to Bunny GF for a second. Wish her happy birthday. Can you wish her a happy birthday for me too, Nyang? That's wonderful, Nyang. The last thing I ate was a brand of dill pickle green beans, which are amusingly addictive. At least they are minimal calories, high in sodium, though, Nyang. I love pickles, Nyang. Pickles are so good, Nyang. Just Nyang, wait for her to catch up to the... It's really effective, isn't it, Nyang? It's just the best. Dipana ota, Nyang. By the way, since you were talking about throat meds, here's one that my choir recommended. Salted cured tangerine. Hey, 来たことがなかったの, Nyang. I shall have to try it, Nyang. Not sure if it's available in too many places in the West, but back in Asia it was pretty well known for being good for your throat, Nyang. へー、知らなかった, Nyang. I'll have to try that, Nyang. This is not a cult thing spreading among VTubers now, Nyang? I don't know. Suddenly people started coming in here being like, oh, so this is a cult, Nyang. And I'm like, no, it's not a cult, Nyang. We are an autonomous collective. We are an autonomous collective, Nyang, full of friendos who enjoy drinking tea, Nyang. And like talking about snacks, Nyang. Laziest boyo, hayo, Nyang. Practice makes perfect, Nyang. So let's keep repeating the monogatari phrase, Nyang. I may, Nyang. Don't tempt me, Nyang. I was told this was a cult by a member of it. Oi. It's not a cult, Nyang. It's not a cult, Nyang. We are an autonomous collective of friendos, Nyang. Nyang! Are you suggesting that the entire group of VTubers across the world has somehow come together as a whole to create a VTuber cult, Nyang? I am not suggesting that at all, Nyang. The VTuber community has grown too large, Nyang. There is no way we are a single community anymore, Nyang. And there are some people who are quite sad by that fact. But you know what? I think that's actually good, Nyang. That means we're growing. That means you know, we're becoming more of a medium Nyang, if that makes any sense. We're not so unheard of as we might have been before in the past Nyang. The cult problem is a catch-22 because if you deny it in earnest, then you are still going along with the meme Nyang. Wait, really? Eh? Hontou desu ka, Nyang? I'm back. Bunny says thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. Aww. Nice desu ne. Arigatou gozaimashita, Simply Sanity Nyang. Thank you so much for wishing her a happy birthday for all of us, Nyang. I hope she's been having a wonderful birthday, Nyang. Is this a cult of cute? Mark Nature, no, it's not a cult, Nyang. We are an autonomous collective, Nyang. Cult of Crunch, no. You don't have to apologize for being late, Midnight Shadow, Nyang. Bye, Nyang. Trevor Dowdikin, thank you so much for the follow, Nyang. Irashaimase, Nyang. You're welcome to the kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. I think Haruka's viewers call her community the Caribou Cult, Nyang. She can be a cult, Nyang. That's fine, Nyang. I don't care what anyone else is doing, Nyang, but we are not a cult, Nyang. We are a kingdom, Nyang. One of us, Nyang. Haruka's cult is the not a cult cult. I'm glad the community is so large, but I still do kind of miss the days you could exhaustively list all of the English VTubers out there, Nyang. Hontou desu yo ne, Nyang. I think there will always be a bit of melancholy for what once was, Nyang, but, you know, the present is not all bad, Nyang. Change is not always negative, Nyang. As much as it might be sort of hard to get past first, Nyang. Hontou desu yo ne, Nyang. Your constant Nyang is undermining you, Nyang. Dame da yo, Nyang! Dame da yo, Nyang! Other VTubers have tried to deny the cult. They have failed, Nyang. Harune denies the cult and the cult. She will eventually fail, Nyang. Never! I will never fail, Nyang. I am nothing if I am not persistent, Nyang. Stubborn to a fault. Tabun, Nyang. I think VTubers are in the same place ASMR was in like 5 years ago, where it's starting to be pretty widespread, but it's still seen as weird and kind of creepy by people who have no experience with it. I think it's going to keep growing for sure, Nyang. That's a pretty good observation, the night bot, Nyang. Although, yeah, I guess some people do think that I don't know, Nyang. I tried asking around, for my students, Nyang, and I was like, just out of curiosity, you know, just throwing this thought out there, Nyang. Do you know what a VTuber is, Nyang? And like 75% of them, Nyang, were like, I'm sorry, whomstuff, Nyang? It's like, okay, that's fair, Nyang. So some people like don't even know it exists, Nyang. So if anything, just spreading around the word of what it means to be a VTuber, Nyang, is already better. Come on, Nyang. So we agree this is a cult or no, Nyang? This is not a cult, Nyang. This is the Harune cult, cute cult. Nayo, Nyang! No, Nyang! Chaos Prime, irashaima, Nyang! Hi, welcome, Nyang! How are you doing today, Nyang? Oh, this is not a cult too much, Nyang. I have to, Nyang. All hail the great Nyang! Gin Torres! Or is it Jean, Nyang? Irashaima, Nyang! Please help me pronounce your name, Nyang, and welcome to the kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. If you've heard of Virtual Scholar Lim, he's attempting to document all of the English VTubers, Nyang. It's a long list, Nyang. Kitakoto ga nai n desu kedo, Nyang. That is a hefty task, Nyang. Lol, when your students find out about your other career, Nyang. They will never know, Nyang. They will never know, Nyang. And I don't hold it against them, Nyang. In fact, I might be... I would be so embarrassed if my students knew what I was doing, Nyang, because then I feel like, not that I'm embarrassed about what I do, Nyang, but like, if they were like, Harune sensei, Nyang, nani yatten no, Nyang, I'd be like, no, that's not what you think, Nyang. I don't know what you're thinking, Nyang, but let me explain first, Nyang. And it would just be, I don't know. Chotto yabai yo, Nyang. Just because not a lot of my students are even like aware of like the genre of anime, Nyang. Like, they're just not there yet in life, Nyang. So it would just be muzukashii yo, Nyang. What would you do if one of your students finds your channel, Nyang? Deny it. I would deny it. I'd be like, oh, really? Wow, that's so cool. And they'd be like, is it you, Harune Sensei? And I'd be like, whom stuff? Me? No, of course not. I'm just your normal average teacher, Nyang. Shinpai shinai de, Nyang. Nyang. Dean Torres, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Change your identity, Nyang. I would not change my identity, Nyang. Dark High, Irashaima, Nyang. Hi, Nyang. I feel like the VTuber concept is less for children and more like for 18 plus. In as much as who will actually watch, Nyang. 多分かもしれないよね, Nyang. And like I said, it's just because of like where you are in life, right? Like where you are in life, where you are mentally, your exposure, right? Like how, I don't want to say how cultured you are, but just like how much you know about like the internet and like international interests and things like that, Nyang. A lot of younger kids aren't really into anime, Nyang. Not until they hit like middle school, Nyang. Kitty Loser, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Nyang. Gosh, this is the best tea on the planet, Nyang. I guess I caught the tail end of the original generation of English VTubers, Nyang, so it really is amazing just how many more there are and how many have exploded in popularity, but I'm glad I found out about it when I did, Nyang. Yeah, it is amazing. Like, there are so many other VTubers out there that I've just never heard of, Nyang, who I'm sure are just, you know, killing it with, you know, high viewer numbers. A ton of them are partners already, and it makes me very, very proud, Nyang, that they're generating so much interest and so much viewership, Nyang. That's some great exposure just for VTubers in general, Nyang. For the betterment of all, I think, Nyang. This is not a cult, this is a collective of friends and cute people who enjoy hugs, Nyang. Erikune irashaima, Nyang. Welcome, Nyang. This is a collective of people who love to watch this cutie, Nyang. Yamete yo, Nyang. You're all cute. It's all of you in chat who are cute, Nyang. Watashi ja nee yo, Nyang. I think most boomers would just be astounded by the technological wonder of VTubing rather than looking down on it, Nyang. Celine Star Dragon, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, raiders, Nyang. Hi. Yuma Yama no irashaima, Nyang. Hi, Nyang. When your lecture ends with Nyang. Gomenasai, Nyang. They will find out, Nyang. I don't want them to find out, Nyang. My piano teacher is a VTuber, the anime, Nyang. Yeah, VTubers I feel is something most kids wouldn't get, Nyang. Nyang, here, let me do my shoutouts, Nyang. Chotto irashaima, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Shoushou omachi kudasai, Nyang. Yoshi, Nyang. Shoushou omachi kudasai. Celine, Star Dragon, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. And Yuma Yamano, Nyang. 来てくれてありがとうございました, Nyang. Welcome, Raiders. How was the stream? Did you have fun? Here, let me see what you were doing, Nyang. You were playing Jalopy? どうだった, Nyang? How was it, Nyang? Was it fun? I've never heard of it before, Nyang. いらっしゃいま, Nyang. いらっしゃいま, Nyang. This is the revenge of the Japan. Make the world weeb, Nyang. Lumi Kolpstar, いらっしゃいま, Nyang. Hi, Nyang. Dr. Hazard Nuclear, いらっしゃいま, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Thank you so much, Devil Brandon, Nyang, for the host. Thank you, Nyang. Nyang. Suzuki Yazumi, いらっしゃいま, Nyang. Nyang. We're all nyang here, Nyang. I'd read that light novel, Nyang. My teacher's a VTuber, sounds like it could totally be a manga, Nyang. Just wait, someone's gonna make a manga of it, Nyang. Me too, Nyang. Hey, Chad, I'm back from vibin' in the shower, and I must say, shaking the water from your hair like a dog is incredibly fun. Please try it, Nyang. I used to do that when my hair was super duper short, Nyang. But here, let me try. A little bit different since it's not wet, Nyang. But yabe, fura shitenno, Nyang. Yabe. Yabe, Nyang. It shook a little too hard, Nyang. Then Nyan is cute. I really like it. Oh, gomenasai, Nyang. Today is the last day of Nyang because it's for the Virtuals Care milestone, Nyang. We have the Nyang for a week. And since this is the end of the week, Nyang, and I'll see you guys on Monday, it'll be the last day of Nyang. Yeah, the VTuber Dad manga is doing well so far, so VTuber Teacher ain't too far off, Nyang. Virtual Scare. I love reading it that way, Nyang. Virtual Care or Virtual Scare if you're scared of Nyaz. I guess that works too, Nyang. So did somebody just redeem a mystery redemption with channel points for the entire stream to be a Nya speak Nya? No, read the screen, Nya! Read the bottom of your screen, Nya! Admiral Zapper, thank you. 네? 난데요? 300 crunch, Nya? Nyande. Thank you so much for the 300 crunches, Admiral Zakbar. You really didn't have to, Nyang. If you are to join the Kingdom of Crunch, there are 4 truths you must accept, Nyang. Harune is a cute... Oi, Nyang. Harune is a cute, Nyang. Eat grass, Nyang. Yameteo! I respect your wallet, Nyang. Eat grass, Nyang. The kingdom is not a cult, Nyang. The kingdom might be a cult, Nyang. Yamero yo! Nani no, Nyang? Yamete kudasai yo, Nyang. Shikari shite yo, Nyang. Scared of how cringy this Nya is, Nyang. Deka irashaima, Nyang! Is Nyang cringe to you, Nyang? I imagine Virtual Scare won't be until October, Nyang. No, it was actually called Virtual's Care, and it was a charity stream that we did a couple weeks ago for the Ones Club, put together by Yui Kai Nyang. Yui Kai Nyang, who is another VTuber desu. She is my VTuber senpai, Nyang. Shirogana's dad in Kaguya-sama tried to be a VTuber with live 2D and everything. It was pretty legit. Nyang. Not a cult, wink wink. No, yappari zenzen cult janeyo. Cult janeyo, Nyang. I know I've read a manga about a dude who stopped streaming, rented a room in a house where everyone's secretly streamers, Nyang. That is a cool... I like that premise, Nyang. I'd like to read that, Nyang. School started up earlier this week, Nyang. How was it, Devil Brandon? How are you feeling, Nyang? Were you nervous? Is it virtual or are you in person, Nyang? Devil Brandon, thank you so much for the stay hydrated. I'm gonna take a sippy of my tea, Nyang. Nyang, oishii, Nyang. Drink water, Nyang. You're from the East Coast? Water. Not a cult, but this is a cult, Nyang. It is what it is, a cult. It is not a cult, Nyang! Oi, 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 Nyang! So many people this week getting on holidays, Nyan nervous. This is what I'm talking about with the whole not a cult problem, Nyang. But what am I supposed to do, Nyang? I don't know what else to say, Nyang. I can't just accept it. It's not true, Nyang. I don't want to lie to you, Nyang. Thinking about VTuber, Nyang, it's scary to imagine that some of them can be a guy called Steve, who was 42 years and live on mom's basement and have a female voice, Nyang. I guess technology has really gone a long way, Nyang. Not only can you get like female avatars, Nyang, but you can also get voice changers, Nyang. But you know what, Nyang? As long as you enjoy the content, Nyang, does it really matter who they are, Nyang? As long as they're not doing anything illegal, right, Nyang? As long as they're just, you know, ii hito desu kido, Nyang. Embrace the cute cult, Nyang. Dame. I don't have to waste energy driving to campus. Big Ponchis, Nyang. I like it better than all the other years since everything is online, Nyang. Desu-kun is really hurting right now, Nyang. No, Desu-kun is invincible. Yappari ne, Desu-kun. Hi. Izo, Desu-kun. Arigato, Desu-kun. I'm impressed that you have been able to keep up with the Nyans, to be totally fair, Nyang. What else am I supposed to do, Nyang? This is supposed to be for the charity stream, Nyang. Although, have you guys heard Refunk, Nyang? When Refunk Nyaz, it's like pulling teeth. Like, he always forgets and he's just like, oh, I forgot, nya. And then he just continues his sentence, Nyang. Yappari moshirosou, Nyang. Dame da ne. Yappari, Nyang. It can come off as deceptive. Then again, male VTubers don't do as well, so Nyang. You know what though? I've always been curious about. Oh, you know what, Chad? I'd like to get your intake. Nyang, intake, Nyang. Burstgo, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the following. Welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. I do want your input, chat, Nyang. Why do you think? Okay, so beyond the fact that there's a initial aesthetic thing, Nyang, right? Female VTubers are more likely to attract initial attention, Nyang. That, unfortunately, is hard to deny, though, Nyang. A good model, a good character design, Nyang, good visuals and things like that, Nyang. That's all initial, you know, sort of. That's what pulls you in, Nyang. That's what gets you interested in watching their stream in the first place, Nyang. But don't you think male VTubers are a very specific and slightly untapped niche? More so now than it was before, though. I mean, it's wait, no, not more so now, but like it's much more common now, Nyang, for male VTubers to exist and have a male avatar, Nyang. It's definitely, a thing in Niji Sanji. I'm sure Hololive has some male VTubers, nyang. There are some independent male VTubers here, nyang, like Deek, Nimiden Kai, Bunny. There are tons. There's tons I don't know. Noir, Edgardo, Niwatori, nyang. Bugatti Beefcake has his model in the works to be a male VTuber, nyang. But why do you think beyond that, beyond what I just listed, nyang, is there any other reason why a male VTuber wouldn't do as well as a female VTuber, nyang? Cable, obviously, nyang. Hikaru, nyang. Nyanka J, irasshaima, nyang. Wow, your name fits perfectly here. Welcome, nyang. Thank you so much for coming and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Nyang, Denuo, nyang. In Hololive, one of the highest earning, I believe, is a male. See, so like males can be popular, nyang. So why does there seem to be this thought that male VTubers just don't seem to do as well? Because I don't know if that's necessarily true, nyang. This song is almost Shido Sonyang. Karu the Cursed Neko is a fun male VTuber, nyang. See, right? Like there are ones that like do generate attraction, nyang. Daro, nyang? Yeah, Hololive has Hollow Stars, nyang, so I imagine once it gets more popular now, Western audiences will take notice, nyang. I think that might be because anime waifus are generally a common reason why people get into anime in general, nyang. Whether or not they get emotionally invested into her story or if it's lewd, nyang. That's true. So you think it's more for like visual, like it is more of a visual reason than content reason, nyang? Side note, can you read kanji harune, nyang? 少しだけですけど, nyang. 少しだけですけど, nyang. I find myself, instead of relying on my memory, I'll just be like, I think I know that one, and then I'll just like throw it into like a virtual dictionary or something, like an online dictionary, just to make sure that I know it correctly, nyang. So my memory's probably not as good as it should be, nyang, but I can to a small extent, nyang. Buff Pop was a throw off, nyang. I love Buff Pop. Buff Pop is the best, nyang. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We're gonna have such a great day, chat. Jiko Q. Remember that one guy back in 2018 with the Kitsune Girl avatar, nyang? Oboete nai, nyang. I was not around in 2018, nyang. He was popular, LMAO, nyang. I think, or I would think it's because people will actively talk about female VTubers over male VTubers, nyang. Noni Niker, why do you think that is, nyang? Although personally, male or female doesn't make a difference to me, nyang. To me, I think besides the initial aesthetic, nyang, it is all about content and, to me, communication, nyang. Interaction with the audience, nyang. As a viewer, nyang, I want to be able to feel like I can have I can build like a friendly viewer to content creator relationship, nyang. That's like the appeal of streams in general, desyo? Desyo, nyang? Is that you can feel like you have a direct effect on what's going on in the broadcast in the moment, nyang. Taro? Nyang? Am I wrong, nyang? There's so many reasons to say, nyang. Ravenstar, irasshaima, nyang. We're just talking about differences in male to female appeal in for VTubers, nyang. The real reason any streamer succeeds or flounders is because of personality, nyang. I think so. Honto desu yo. I think that is the big secret to success, nyang. I think if you have, and I mean, we all say like as long as you have fun, right, nyang? And the reason why it's so important to have fun in your streams, nyang, is because if you don't show an interest in what you're doing, nyang, how can your viewers be interested, nyang? Right? So even if you're more quiet or you're more extroverted, you're more introverted, whatever type of personality you have, nyang, as long as you show that you are passionate about what you do, nyang. And once again, I do think interaction, like audience interaction, is incredibly important, nyang. I think that's what keeps people coming back and what keeps people in your chat. Desyo, nyang? So, I think without those things, nyang, I think no matter how good your model looks, nyang, whether you are male, whether you are female, nyang, like Celine Star Dragon said, nyang, I think it's the real reason any streamer would succeed or fail, nyang. Ko irasshaima, nyang. Hi. How do I get it? Irasshaima, nyang. the Holo Stars do seem to be getting more popular, so the male VTubers may be getting popular. I think so, Nyang. As long as their personalities are entertaining enough, Nyang. But BL manga is pretty darn popular in Japan, Nyang. Daro, Nyang. I'm sorry, if you see me, like, touching my nose a lot or, like, bobbing my head a lot, it's because my nose is itchy, Nyang. Because most people are just more receptive and less guarded around female characters, especially if they're cheerful and emotionally supportive. That mom-teacher vibe. Ah, naruhodo, Nyang. Osushi irashaima, Nyang. Mori VMA irashaima, Nyang. Welcome, welcome, Nyang. At the very least, the initial visual is what gets people hooked. It is what gets them coming, at least, Nyang. But usually the personality gets people to stay, Nyang. Female VTubers have an advantage when it comes to luring people in. That's just a fact, Nyang. So you're saying the initial visual aesthetics, if you see a female, you're more likely to click it than you are a male. Daro? Yeah. It is generally easier to start as a female streamer, but once you stick, it really doesn't matter, Nyang. I think it may take longer for the male streamers community to grow, Nyang, but once again, once you're there and if you've got the right stuff, Nyang, I think you will make it, Nyang. Simply sanity, Nyang. You want a stretchy? Okie dokie, Nyang. You got squeaky cherry ASMR. Yeah. Gomenasai, Nyang. I always have to yawn when I stretchy, Nyang. Yasi, Nyang. Oh my gosh. Sippy, Nyang. I watch a lot of Niji Sanji males, Nyang. You wanna know a little secret, Nyang? I don't watch Japanese VTubers, Nyang. I don't watch any Hololive or any Niji Sanji, Nyang. And it's not that I don't want to. I should say it this way. It's not that I'm against it, Nyang. I just never feel like it, Nyang. I just never have the time, Nyang. It's cause who doesn't like a yeah, buddy, Nyang. Another sippy, arigato cool, Nyang. Arigatai, Nyang. I was not around in 2018, Nyang. Harune is still a toddler and a trusted piano teacher. Talk about prodigy, Nyang. Talk about prodigy, Nyang. Listen, before I started VTubing, I did not know what a VTuber was, Nyang. I did not know until I had to know because I was getting started with this, Nyang. So, gomenasai, Nyang. There are a ton of female VTubers I've seen, but I only stay for the ones that have a wonderful personality or seem to care about their audience, Nyang. That's what I mean. Once again, it's that interaction with chat, because I think that is the big difference. Like, what would be the difference if I sat here talking for 2 hours, Nyang, and then recorded it and then posted it to YouTube, Nyang? There would be no difference, right? If I had no interaction with you, Daro, Nyang? So, what makes a stream so unique, Nyang, is that you have live person-to-person interaction, Daro, Nyang? And if that's the appeal of streams in general, then why shouldn't that be the appeal of why shouldn't that be something that the streamer sort of tries to take advantage of? Harune? I'm trying to work on that, but I'm afraid I'm terrible at it, the audience engagement part, Nyang. And that is difficult, Nyang. Yappari, Nyang. That's why it's always good to, like, do what you love or do something that you're having fun with, Nyang, because doing that fun activity, that activity that makes you happy and excited, Nyang, helps you open up to your chat. Hopefully, Nyang. And of course it's nerve-wracking at first, Nyang. I remember when I first started, I had no idea what I was going to say, Nyang. My first couple of streams, I was lucky enough to collab with the person who made my very, very first model, Nyang. Broman ID, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. But, what was I saying? So, and we were playing Portal 2, Nyang. So, you know, a lot of our conversation was me talking with him and trying to, like, solve the puzzles and things like that. But, like, by the end, like, just kind of, there wasn't a whole lot of chat interaction, Nyang, because I really didn't know what to say, Nyang. And then by the end of the 2 hours, I was exhausted, Nyang. I was like, how can anyone do this for 2 hours, Nyang? This is... Oh, tsukareta, Nyang. Karina Kitty 99, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. But, you know, now it just kind of comes really easily. So it does take some time, Nyang. It's not something that everyone's going to be able to jump right into and feel, you know, like they're right at home, Nyang. How did your first few streams go? And did you have any idea about what sort of streaming personality you would go for, Nyang? El Autissimo, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. How are you doing today, Nyang? I think what I just said now, even though I didn't get a chance to, I didn't read your question until just now, VTuber Tade, Nyang. I think that might have answered it, Nyang. As for like a streaming personality, Nyang, I didn't really think about what to be, Nyang. I was just myself, Nyang. So like I'm not really all that different here than I am, you know, away from here, you know, post-stream, Nyang. The paragraph I just put in highlight also applies to VTubers in general. I believe that the female VTubers have it easier because the people that are getting entertained are the male audience, Nyang. Women can get into this niche too, but 80% of the time the audience you are going to get are male nerds, Nyang. No offense intended, Nyang. I'm not a male nerd, Nyang. You are only offending the male nerds, Nyang. There are just not enough female nerds that exist, Nyang. Otherwise, my theory would literally be reversed, Nyang. I think you underestimate the female audience interest in anime in general, Nyang. You don't have to be a nerd, Nyang, to enjoy anime, Nyang. You also don't have to be a nerd, Nyang, to enjoy VTubing, Nyang, right? Anyone can call anyone who is a fanatic or just interested in something a nerd, right, Nyang? For some reason, if you like Lord of the Rings, all of a sudden you're a nerd, Nyang. Dame Nyang. Dame, Nyang. O kawaii koto. Just because you like something a lot doesn't make you a nerd, Nyang. But that being said, though, Nyang, I think, and of course, I don't know. I am not privy to the stats of Twitch or what the audience demographic is like, Nyang. But I do believe, Nyang, that there are probably more females than you think who are interested, Nyang. Some of them just might not talk about it, Nyang. Some of them, you know, they might just, those kinds of females might not be in your life, Nyang. But that doesn't mean they don't exist and that there isn't more of them out there, Nyang. I would be interested to see a study on that, to be honest, Nyang. Tokiyoma Gyu, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Hisashiburi desu, Nyang. Hi. Viewer interaction is a proven important part of stream success. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. I don't watch any streamers that don't interact enough with chat. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. Guys, our society is a lonely place. Majorly for males, Nyang. Some studies show that males tend to be less sociable, Nyang, causing them to run more through virtual worlds to feel better, Nyang. So desu ka, Nyang? Erukune, Nyang. Probably half the VTubers I follow are male, Nyang, and close to half I know about, Nyang. However, that's mostly the English VTuber community, Nyang. I'm not familiar with the Japanese side, Nyang. It's also more focused on Twitch than on YouTube itself, Nyang. 안녕하세요. 来てくれてありがとうございました、にゃん。猫にゃん VR いらっしゃい。いらっしゃい、にゃん。안녕하세요, にゃん. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, にゃん. Hi. I do notice that the biggest VTubers I follow are female, Nyang, but that might just be my preferences, Nyang. More willing to click on a random female face than a random male face, Nyang. Harune's virtual assistant is showing right now, Nyang. I have so many VTubers live right now, and I choose to watch your channel because of how much you interact with chat. Wow, Yuma Yamano-san, Nyang. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Kansha shitemasu, Nyang. That means a lot to me. Heck, Nyang. I really do think it is important, though, Nyang. I really do. I think chat interaction is one of the most important things about being a streamer, Nyang. And if you, as hard as that is, and that's why streaming is hard, right, Nyang? It's beyond public speaking. It's the upkeep. It can be exhausting, Nyang, but that's something that you build over time, Nyang. I truly believe that, Nyang. But I'm glad so many of you come to these streams and just, you know, chat with me like this, Nyang. Or like getting deep into like VTuber constructs, Nyang. I think voice is important too, Nyang. Hey! Oh, that's interesting, Nyang. Manga Puff and Yumayama no Nyang. Can you guys elaborate on that? So about a voice is important, Young, because actually I think Bugatti Beefcake also really emphasizes on the importance of voice, Young. And I mean, there are some times where I hear people and I'm like, oh, their voice is not to like my app, you know, like I don't hear it and go, ooh, what a lovely voice, but I also don't think like, oh my gosh, their voice is so grating, I can never listen to them ever again, Young. To me, once again, it's more about chat interaction and content, Young. If it's a voice I'm not used to, Young, then I just get used to it over time, Young. But if voice is important, Young, I'd love to hear more about that. Let's see that side, Young. We're all learning here today, chat. It's all about we're learning about VTuber constructs, Young. I have so many VTubers young. Voice is super important, Young. Gotta agree, Yuma. Harune is so kind and easy to talk to. Just looking around her, Lightning Smite, Young. Lightning Smite, you've been around for like ever, my friend, Young. Now, I do enjoy more VTubers that have a willingness to engage with the chat more, Young, because this shows that you're treating streaming as more than just a business or simple transaction, Young. The ones I'm subscribed to fit this to a T, Young, and I genuinely enjoy their company, Young. This is true with male or female VTubers, Young. For example, I love your content and Pending's content for that reason, Young. Oh my gosh, Pending is just a sweetheart, Young. Pending's just the best. Creeper with a ton of 2s, 1s, and 0s. Irasaiman, Young. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Young. Hi. Welcome. How are you doing today, Young? Plus, I feel like I learned some Japanese when I listened to her, Young. Oh my goodness. That quiet little Nyang in the background was adorable, Nyang. Oboete nai, Nyang. It's Uni Girl Pastel. Irasaiman, Nyang. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. And welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for taking a chance and joining the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Iroskete! Irasaimasen! Irasaiman, Nyang. Welcome. I just love ladies' voices and interactions, Nyang. So it's just women in particular for you, Spaghetti, Nyang. I can't understand them without translation, Nyang. I used to just follow artist people, but branched out, Nyang. Blah, 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 Nyang. Dude, you are missing out on some crazy stuff. Some Japanese VTubers are just, oh my goodness, Nyang. I know some of them are like incredibly popular. I don't know. I just don't feel the urge to follow too many of them, Nyang. Once again, maybe it's just because like I'm really tired at the end of the day, Nyang, and so like before and after I stream, Nyang, I'm just doing other things and I just don't have time to just sit and watch people, Nyang. Usually I prefer VTubers because in my experience they are more talkative with the public, Nyang. So desu ka, Nyang? We've been hitting different Nyang. I don't actually watch Niji Sanji. I tend to watch their funny clips and highlights on YouTube, Nyang. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. I think that females are still in a way the minority when it comes to stuff like gaming or streaming, Nyang. Thus their gender kind of counts as a sort of branding, Nyang. I agree that personality and content should be what it's all about. But your content won't really matter if you're not getting clicks in the first place, Nyang. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. You do make a good point, Nyang. If you don't first catch their initial attention, right? Then no matter how good your content is, Nyang, no one will come see you. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. That's true, Ravenstar or Steer. I've always been saying Ravenstar. I've been saying it wrong, Nyang. Hey, Freed! Irasaiman, Nyang! Yo, we gotta get a shout out for a burb. Freed, I mentioned, Nyang. Irasaiman, Nyang! I'm very behind on chat, Nyang. That's why we're like this, Nyang. So, what can lead someone to become a VTuber if they didn't know what a VTuber was beforehand, Nyang? If someone asks you to be a VTuber, Nyang. At small risk here, if female model / female streamer meant instant success on this platform, my average would be super high, Nyang. I'm having to fight for every kept audience member, Nyang. I'm trying to grow as a person here, Nyang. It is a risk, Nyang. Like I said, it's not just, you know, once again, because there are female VTubers who are struggling, right? So it can't just be you're a female, so you're immediately, you know, you're off to a good start, Nyang. You might get those initial views, Nyang, but it's maintaining your audience that's really important, Nyang. Marika Noir, irasaiman, Nyang. I'm sorry it took me forever to get to you. Hato ageru shishou kudasai. Boom! Hato ageru! Hi, how are you doing today, Nyang? Rimagiki, irashaimanyang. Hello, hello. You are already streaming and you have a day job. A lot of people in your spot would rather just stream than watch someone unless you are preparing for a collab with them, nyang. Yeah, buddy, nyang. I wonder if societal expectations for beauty might have an impact for as well, nyang. For guys, if you're interested or pleasant, or if you're interesting or pleasant to be around, nyang, appearance doesn't matter as much. So there's no incentive to use an avatar, nyang. Sadly, women tend to be judged by appearance more than men, initially at least, nyang. Yeah, buddy, nyang. I do think, you know, yeah, the whole there is a lot of physical appearance pressure as well too, nyang. But I guess that is the perk of like avatar streaming, nyang, like for being a virtual persona, nyang, is that all you need to do is like buy a good looking model, nyang, and then your looks don't even matter, nyang. Like girls don't have to like spend a lot of time putting makeup on, nyang, or making sure that they're wearing nice clothes or certain kinds of clothes, nyang, and things like that. They just, you know, start stream and then get going, nyang. I think the problem is that some males see the VTubers as pieces of meat and treat them a bit disrespectful, nyang. それはダメだよ, nyang. ダメだよ, nyang. Thankfully, I haven't had that interaction here with anyone yet, so that's nice, nyang. Bye, Almine! Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your day, nyang. I'm pretty far behind now, nyang, so that's probably it. It isn't a free ride, not at all. Yeah, buddy, nyang. I agree with you, nyang. So remember last week when I told you about that time with that girl? Well, after I told my mom about it, she said I need to stop going after 2s because I'm at least an 8, nyang. I remember you saying that, Rima Geek, nyang. So that means aim higher, nyang. You can do better, nyang. So much, nyang, 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 nyang. I was let out of work an hour early. Big patches, nyang. Nice, nyang. What's going, nyang? Irashaima, nyang, giant Irishman, nyang. We are talking about sort of the aesthetics of VTubing, nyang. Ah, young Harune, unaware of the endurance her future self would have on stream, nyang. Some VTubers stream over 8 hours, nyang. I don't know how they do it. I die, nyang. What's the topic? Being a VTuber, nyang. Eric Snake, irashaima, nyang. VTubers are an AI created by the government to make us forget our lives, nyang. Listen, I have no affiliation with the government. I can tell you that right now, nyang. Dame da ne, nyang. You can learn about a variety of things, nyang. This all seems very complicated, nyang. I only hope any aspiring VTubers or just streamers/content creators do what they do best and what they love most, nyang. It's terrifying, but it can only feel that much relieving, nyang. Otharan, thank you so much for the follow, nyang, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. I'm gonna skip ahead because I am very behind, nyang. Watching VTubers is similar to watching anime, with the benefit of the characters sometimes responding to you, nyang. Daro, nyang. That's true too, nyang. Another thing I feel that needs to add to this topic is that the anime girls VTubers' female love interests in anime in general is that it might be hormonal. You have not lived unless you have had at least one crush on a girl like Bulma from DBZ or one of the girls from Sailor Moon, nyang. But you could say the same thing for female audiences, right, nyang? Like, you can't live if you didn't have a crush on, like, I don't know, Kamina or who are some of my anime crushes, nyang? Or like Neji or Naruto or Sasuke. I don't know, a lot of people like Sasuke, nyang. Or I don't know, Ichida from Bleach or Nani the heck? Who's Kurama or Kie from Yu Yu Hakusho, nyang. Like, there are plenty of male characters to have crushes on too, right, nyang? Shadow Typhoon, irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch. How are you doing today, nyang? People like Sasuke? Apparently, nyang. Ano ne. Shosha R, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. Welcome. Japan tends to be very tentative when hopping on online platforms. Delta Fish, irashaima, nyang. They relate to YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. My guess that Twitch is skewed away from Japan because it's newer, nyang. Ah, naro nyang. To be fair, I favor hanging around with Harune because I really like these chat interactions with just chatting, Nyang. This in particular seems very difficult, Nyang. I'm always impressed when you can chat with 100 plus people and still highlight what most people are saying, Harune, Nyang. ちょっと難しいんですけど、Nyang. 一生懸命頑張っていますからね。ありがとうございました、Nyang. It is kind of difficult, I will admit, Nyang. I do have to like skim through, and sometimes I miss, you know, nice messages and things like that, Nyang. So I do apologize in advance if I don't read your comment, but I do try my best. But after a while, it is sort of sacrificing keeping up with chat or reading everything, Nyang. I do my best, I swear to you I do, Nyang. But, you know, we all try our best here, Nyang. And thank you all so much for your patience and understanding, Nyang. At least you want a voice that is comfortable to listen to, Nyang. Is there, like, if you were to describe, like, well, no, not that you know, Nyang. Is how many do you think voice is important, Nyang? Honestly, Nyang. 教えてください, Nyang. You know what? Hang on. We can make this a poll. What am I doing? Let's do this. I guess I did that wrong. Hang on. 間違えました, Nyang. ごめんなさい, Nyang. Is voice important for VTubers? And we're just gonna do a simple yes or no, Nyang. Yes. 教えてください, Nyang. What do you guys think, Nyang? I mean, of course, it is always nice to have a pleasant voice to listen to, but does that actually deter you away from certain streamers, Nyang? Mary Cat Noir, Nyang. I just had to explain to my mom what VTubing is, and she was very confused, but says hi. I love it, Nyang. Hi, Mary Cat Noir's mom, Nyang. Hi, Nyang. But voices are important because it's the thing that makes you unique, Nyang. Otherwise, someone else could be using the same avatar and have a similar energy, but you would be the only Harune, Nyang. かもしれないよ, Nyang. But if you get a, well, I guess so. I guess some styles, some designs can't be 100% unique all of the time, Nyang. Like, I'm sure I can't even count how many cat girl VTubers there are out there right now, Nyang. For my sound quality is one of the most important things for a VTuber, Nyang. I hate to say it, but if you have a bad microphone or audio balancing, Nyang, it's hard for me to focus on the content, even if it's good, Nyang. Ah, yappa, Nyang. Audio quality and tech stuff. Taro, Nyang? I don't know. Oh, okay, yes. Having bad audio is such a deal breaker for me, Nyang. Yeah, fun, Nyang. Oh, free is an agreement. Yes, Nyang. I like watching you, Harune, not only because you interact with chat, but you are a sweet and kind streamer and you are fun to watch when chatting and playing games. Aw, you guys are so heckin' nice, Nyang. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Yeah, Nyang. Oh, let's see. Unless if you somehow use your crap mic for comedic effect, Nyang. That's true, Free. That's true, Nyang. But at least enough to compensate for personality. Okay, so 76% of you, 32 of you said yes, Nyang. 教えてください, Nyang. What is it about? So, like, a voice or a certain vocal quality will deter you from continuing to watch a streamer despite content, Nyang? Can you guys, like, elaborate on that, Nyang? 本当に気になります, Nyang. Storm Regalia, nice time, Nyang. Hi, welcome, Nyang. Hi, Harune-san. How are you today? I'm doing well, Nyang. I've got my favorite herbal tea with me, Nyang, and it's making my throat feel better, Nyang. It's fine how to just call me Raven, Nyang. I like that. I will, Nyang. Twisted, irashaima, Nyang. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. How are you doing today? Ash Gray, I see you there. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for taking a chance on the Kingdom of Crunch. Yes, I was asked to be a VTuber, Nyang. You also have to remember there are a lot of lurkers who just listen to people talk on stream while doing things, Nyang. Sound quality is especially important for these listeners. Ah! ごめんなさい, ごめんね, Nyang. I did forget, Nyang. ごめんね. Alex, hi, irashaima, Nyang. Hatawagiru pong. Hello, Alex. Hello, sweet heckin' bean. How you doing today? Alex, you can help us talk about, so what we were talking about just now, Nyang, is the importance of good vocal quality, Nyang, like a nice voice for VTubers, Nyang. Can you talk about that? Can you like add to the conversation to that, Nyang, if it's not too late for you, Nyang? Alex is like, oh, I am on this. This is my stuff, Nyang. Potty rhyming a poetry rhyming irashaimashita, Nyang. Welcome, welcome, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Honosape, thank you, or Honosape? I don't know, dotsudemo ii kana, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Thank you so much for coming. How are you doing today, Nyang? Nyang, nyang, nyang. Ah, Bankuri! Bankuri, irashaimashita. Thank you so much for coming and for subscribing and for being a special cruncher in the kingdom for 3 months in a row, Nyang. No, you're cute. You stop that right now, Nyang. Nyang. Content can naturally grow an audience even if hook is weak. Word of mouth is a powerful engine. However, a hook is unable to compensate for lack of content, Daronya. I happen to know know a VTuber named Zentreya, Nyang. Yes, I am familiar with Zentreya, Nyang. She communicates to the audience via text, or more recently text-to-speech. Thought it would be interesting to note, Nyang. I have wondered, what is the appeal for mute streamers, Nyang? Because I know Zentreya is very big, Nyang, and I would like to know, like, as a viewer, Nyang, what keeps you coming back, Nyang? BTA, thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Let's put another dimension on it, Nyang. Inuyama Tamaki is a male VTuber, Nyang, but it's common knowledge his VA is a woman. How does that factor into his success, Nyang? Oh, naruhodo, Nyang. Soremo ne. Wasurechatta, Nyang. I did forget there are streamers who go the other way around, right? We hear so often about male VTubers who use female avatars and voice changers, but there are some female streamers who get male avatars, Nyang. So what is the appeal there? That is a good question, Nyang. Bankuri, thank you so much for the 100 crunches. Don't you argue with me. This is my house. This is my house, Nyang. It's you who is cute, Nyang. You all heckin' cuties in chat, Nyang. Don't argue with me, Nyang. This isn't an argument. Nyang. I bet this conversation would be very interesting to our resident virtual anthropologist, Nyang. Where is she when you need her, Nyang? You talking Obsidian, Nyang? Zentreya is amazing, Nyang. Don't worry, folks. Your stream is not delayed, Nyang. No, I'm just super far behind, Nyang. In fact, what I'll do... Ah, Hiro-san! Hiro-san, ohayou gozaimasu, Nyang. Kite kurete arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. I want to have a model made that just looks like a cartoon/anime version of myself IRL, Nyang. Bankuri yamero! Bankuri yamero, y'all! Thank you so much for the 100 crunches, but don't do that again, Nyang! Save your wallet! I respect your money, Nyang! I respect your money in your wallet. Keep it there, Nyang. Elsinore, thank you so much for the follow, Nyang, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Jojones, hi, Nyang. Irashai, Nyang. Irashai, Nyang. Oh, let's do more hype songs, Nyang. Let's do this. Let's do this, Nyang. It's better, Nyang. Oh, Yumayama no... Oh, I have to go soon, but this is super interesting. I'll definitely listen to the VOD, Nyang. Kite kurete arigatou gozaimashita, Yumayama no san, Nyang. She's probably way gone, Nyang, because I'm super behind, Nyang. Alright, I'm gonna have to skip ahead. Gomen ne, Nyang. She's using a Russian voice, I think, Nyang. Zen uses text-to-speech, Nyang. Hello, Nyang. Why would you watch Bleach and like Ichigo, not Byakuya? Yappari, Nyang! Yappa, Nyang! Rampaging Asian, Ashaima, Nyang! Sasuke and Kakashi are pretty popular, Daro, Nyang. High-pitched female VTubers are a bit off-putting for me, especially when they sound fake or forced. Yappari, Nyang. So you're gonna be saying Nyang much longer than a week, Nyang? Shadow Typhoon, no! This is the last day for Nyang, Nyang. Dozu-kun, irashaima, Nyang! Hope you're doing well. Keep up the good work, Pickle. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. I thought she'd finally have confidence breakthrough or something, Nyang. Oh well, so much better than they've gotten the volume level sorted, I figure out, Nyang. Voice is critical, Nyang. Miku hand cream! Thank you so much for the follow, Nyang, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang! Hi, hi! Shou, hata ageru! so much for the 100 crunches, nyang. ここにいるにゃん。いらっしゃいまにゃん。来てくれてありがとうございましたにゃん。おはようございます。来てくれた。本当に感謝していますにゃん。I'm gonna skip way ahead. ごめんなさいにゃん。I'm sorry for all the messages I missed にゃん。Yeah, it means a ton. Good night, Simply Sanity. いらっしゃいまにゃん。Oh, いらっしゃいじゃなくておやすみなさいにゃん。Iron Tarkus, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. How are you doing today, Nyang? It means a ton, Nyang. I see so many people talking about fake high-pitched voices, but I would like to know where they see such a thing. Most VTubers I've ever seen use their natural voices, Nyang. Maybe they think that some higher-pitched VTubers, female VTubers specifically, Nyang, are fake, Nyang. And generally it's just generated by the high energy that they need to just keep themselves going, Nyang. I've had people ask me a couple of times like why my voice sounds different on occasion, Nyang. But I mean, I don't know what to tell them, Nyang. My voice is my voice, Nyang. But I do have a really wide range in speaking, just in general, Nyang. Like once again, it's no different here than it is off stream, Nyang. When I get excited, my voice gets really high. When I'm very hyper focused or if I'm very serious, Nyang, my voice will get lower, Nyang. If I'm trying to, voice act a male character, Nyang, my voice will try to go as low as I can, Nyang. Like it's voices have octaves, Nyang. Joe Jones, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. I'm not a sip, but I will give a follow. No problem, BTA, Nyang. Thank you so much. In tons of streams, you can see X amount of viewers and then only a handful of people talking in chat, Nyang. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. When it comes to voices, I believe that the natural tone your voice gives off can be extremely powerful, Nyang. If your voice is extremely high, you're going to provide the OML, she's super cute, Nyang. If your voice is adult-like, but still exceptionally higher, Nyang, that can still provide something magical because that's just an emotional trigger that I am surprised has not been explained much, Nyang. So, are you saying that deeper-voiced female streamers, Nyang, would not do as well, Nyang? Or that somehow their deeper voice is off-putting, Nyang? So those people are clearly lurking with it on the other side or in the background, Nyang. It can't just be quality, Nyang. I would say voice, appearance, personality, and karma, maybe. Karma, Nyang! Karma ka, Nyang! Bankuri, don't fight me, Nyang. Kaito, irashaima, Nyang? I agree with Alex said, Nyang. When will you become 3D, Nyang? Nyani? This is 本当に 3D モデルです。これは 3D モデルです。私のボディが 3D です、にゃん。Even if she doesn't speak Zen, still funny, にゃん。Hello, Mix Watcher! いらっしゃいまにゃん。You don't have to worry about being late. There's no such thing as late here, にゃん。Although I will say the only high-pitched VTuber I enjoy is Ayla Mao, as while she does have a higher-pitched voice, she's just so nice and such a pure soul, にゃん。She is a nice person, にゃん. Also, yes, hi and all that jazz, にゃん。草の草 Ashka, いらっしゃいまにゃん Hi. After taking a few minutes to think it over, I'm going to try to put it into words. There are quite a few things that keeps bringing me back here, Nyang. Let's start with personality. You're an incredibly kind and caring person, Nyang. She takes the time out of her day to help people through kind words / curious cat streams, Nyang. Your voice and singing are incredibly relaxing, Nyang, and they put me at ease, Nyang. Chat interaction sometimes makes it feel like less of a stream, more conversation / friendship. As for Avatar, Harune cute, Nyang. Oh, half Canadian! Nani the heck, Nyang! I want to argue with you, Nyang, and I know this was not an accepted compliment redeemed, Nyang, but that was so thorough and so like well thought out and thoughtful, and I really do appreciate it, Nyang. I'm glad you think all those nice things, Nyang. That's very sweet, Nyang. Nyang. Astronomic Furry, irashaima, Hello, honey. I just got a new keyboard with a huge amount of pretty lights. It's heavy, like you could kill someone heavy. Tsuyoi, nya. Irashaima, There, I managed to squeeze into one message. Isokeme gamba. Today's final Nyang day. So sad, Nyang. Gomenasai, Nyang. Demo ne, Nyang. We do have point redeems, Nyang, for say something in Nya speak, Nyang. So there is that, Nyang. I kind of possibly maybe forced a new mic on Kairi because she was using a gaming headset mic this whole time, Nyang. Shiranakatta, Nyang! That should make a big difference, Nyang. Hey, guys, having a good time? Yes, Nyang! And we're so happy to see you, Nyang. Bunny Jib does that. Her avatar looks a lot like her IRL, Nyang. Yes, she does. She is one of those ones who sort of you know, jumps between the virtual world and IRL, nyang. Gortenber, irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. How are you doing today? And thank you so much for coming. I hope you've been keeping well. Chat, Harune said grass. You know what that means, right? No. And she was screaming her thanks yous when she heard the difference, nyang. Oh, wait, so she did get a new mic, nyang. Ay, goodness gracious, nyang. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu, nyang. Kochira koso yoroshiku onegai itashimasu, nyang. To answer your question from earlier, nyang, Zen's got a unique look and personality that helps her stand out, nyang. Plus, I don't think I've seen a mute VTuber before her, nyang. No, she is unique in the fact I think she might have been the first, nyang, but there are other mute VTubers like her, nyang. Or ones that use text to speak, nyang, like Miku Cat, nyang, and Hoshiko, nyang. What mic did you recommend, Alex? What did you recommend, nyang? Here, we'll see if he answered. Did you enjoy the muffin Kai got for you, nyang? No, because he ate it, nyang. He ate it and then tucked me in with the wrapper, nyang. Like that was gonna change anything, nyang. Lewis was still empty, nyang. He didn't feed me, nyang. He just put me to sleep, nyang. That being said, nyang, I hope you all had a good time with Nimin and Kai's iced coffee-a-thon, nyang. 15 minutes behind, nyang? Eh? I'm 15 minutes behind, nyang? Nizian, irashaima, nyang. Hi, nyang. Surprised to learn that Inuyaki Tamata's VA was actually the mangaka of a very popular Japanese manga. Hey, nyang. I heard it was super September time, nyang. Not September, September, nyang. As a viewer of Zentreya, personally, I like her chat, nyang. Her community is so wholesome, nyang. Even if they tend to bully her from time to time, but during her mute days, she's just so expressive, just with her hand gestures and facial expressions. But it was always wonderful to see her typos, nyang. Ah, so there was a little bit more, like you did have to pay attention to her more, nyang, because you couldn't just listen to her, right, nyang? You had to know what she was saying, nyang, to know how she was going to communicate with you, nyang. You had to keep your eyes on the screen, nyang. Naruhodo, nyang. Naruhodo, nyang. Makes sense, nyang. She's probably gonna nyang by accident at the beginning of her next stream, nyang. I will not, nyang. I don't think I will, nyang. Cypher, irashaima, nyang. I will miss your nyang when the milestone is over, nyang. Shinpai shinaide kudasai, nyang. There is the redeem, nyang. Kagami ga 後ろにいるにゃん。鏡か？鏡がありませんにゃん。鏡がありませんにゃん。それは窓ですよにゃん。窓ですよにゃん。にゃんにゃんにゃん。Don't you all worry, y'all get a nya. She uses your regular speech sometimes. Yes, I don't just nya exclusively because of redeems nyang. Sometimes I'll just nya on my own nyang. Voice act a male character nyang? Did Harune just admit to a third career nyang? Wait. Oh no, for D&D nyang. For D&D nyang, because I'm Cadfell, the half-elf bard nyang. Ah, Ashgray-san nyang nyang, irashaima nyang. Nyang nyang wa 可愛いけどやっぱりネイティブのわからんごめんなさいにゃんごめんなさいアシュグレイさんにゃん来てくれてありがとうございましたにゃんちょ少々お待ちくださいいや英語は全くわからんごめんなさいにゃん一生懸命一緒に頑張りましょうにゃん。I am okay with a deeper voice female streamer nyang, but that's because the ones I know tend to also be able to use that well in their singing nyang. やっぱnyang? 豚のことnyang. Yeah, singing is sort of a thing too nyang. I'm sorry, it was super early. 心配しないでnyang. Ethan Newgate, いらっしゃいまnyang. 来てくれてありがとうございました nyang. Thank you so much for coming and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch. How are you doing today? What brings you here, nyang? He's interacting with a VTuber honestly feels like talking to a friend, nyang. Yeah, I feel like Harune's Japanese is so clear, nyang. I just goof, nyang. I think ultimately people liking X over Y comes down to preference, nyang. But if Y has a higher quality in general, nyang, audio and or visual, nyang, then that could potentially swing someone's decision to Y instead of X, nyang. Yeah, I guess if it's a minute difference, then sometimes that can be all the difference, nyang. I see that a lot of people say that they like Harune because of her interaction with chat, and I fully agree with that, nyang. However, I don't think that's the question we should be asking, nyang. What we should be asking is what made us come to Haru's stream in the first place, nyang. How many people would click on Zentreya's stream if they knew beforehand that she was mute, nyang? My point being, you could be the funniest streamer on the planet, nyang. But if no one clicks on your stream to see what you're about, nyang, it won't matter, nyang. Raven, that's a really good point, nyang. But I think, at least for me personally, if I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, well, who do I want to check out for the very, very first time, nyang? I would probably actually look at viewer count, which is bad. I know that's bad, but at least at first, I would go with the streamer who's got the higher views, just to see what they're all about. If they don't, if somehow there's something about them that doesn't appeal to me or doesn't stick with me, nyang, then I will check the next person's, nyang. So it's not like I won't ever check out the other person, nyang, but I think I would be more inclined to check the person with the higher views, because to me that tells me that there is something about that person that's making people come back and check them out all the time, nyang. Bungee Chomp, irashaimase, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for coming and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. How are you doing today, nyang? Yes, she did. I may or may not have been helped with that. You seem very busy with reading comments, nyang. Gomenasai, Hiro-san, nyang. Yes. 本当に忙しいんですけど、nyang. でも今日の会話は面白いからにゃん。面白いんですからにゃん。一生懸命読んでみたいんですにゃん。All these paragraphs just made me leave so that Harune will have an easier time later. Oof. Okay. Bye, Rima Geek. Thank you so much for coming, nyang. Have a wonderful rest of your day, nyang. That was loud for a muffin. Listen, I was own a muffin, nyang. Nyang. What brought me here was a mutual friend. Rose Doodle called Harune cute, and she's an expert on cute, nyang. That is true, nyang. Jose Seiyan, thank you so much for the host, nyang. Kai's a jerk. No, Kai is super sweet, nyang. It's okay, nyang. Are we talking about voices? We are, nyang. Harune's British accent is good. Alex, Zen, nyang. No, I don't know how you can put up with it, nyang. Carlo Lau, thank you so much for the host, nyang. She is a native English speaker. We just joke about it because so many people assume she isn't because she speaks Japanese quite well, nyang. No, it's because I keep messing up with English words. I sound like I'm having a stroke all the time, nyang. That's why, nyang. Next subathon should have a return of the nyas, nyang. Source me, nyang. Don't shout me out! Wait, I know that was a long time ago, but don't shout me out, nyang. I'm already here, nyang. You're already here, nyang. My time has come. Good night, Jane Torres. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your night, nyang. I should address her as Miss Stream, nyang. Oh my gosh, I'm scratching my nose, nyang. For another example, nyang, Harune has a warm personality who takes the extra effort to welcome everyone in her chat. A nice mix of thoughtful debate and lighthearted chatter she creates with her content replicates the feeling of cozy cocoa by the fireplace, nyang. This tends to extend to her choice of games, nyang, hence her niche, nyang. I found her through a commonly liked game I knew, nyang, and immediately got hooked, nyang. Oh, death metal, nyang! Thank you so much, nyang! That means a lot, nyang. I do try my best to, once again, to me, I think interaction is really, really important. You're accepting compliments for free, nyang. It's because these paragraphs are so long, nyang. I'm not going to just sit here, read a whole paragraph and go, no, you, nyang. That would be rude, nyang. Flashfire, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. Thank you for taking a chance on this small corner of the internet community, nyang. What brings you here today, nyang, and how are you doing? Say my name, streamer-san. おかわいいことあるむちゃんおかわいいことブガティビーフケーキちゃん I can't take myself seriously. ごめんなさいにゃん If we're talking about how we first got here, I found Harune replying to other VTubers on Twitter a lot, nyang. I saw her so much I just had to check her out, nyang. That is true. Other platform interaction is also really important, nyang. Yappa, nyang. Carla, hi Harune, Are you Japanese or Korean, Nyang? Neither, Nyang. I am American, Nyang. I want to be a V streamer, but even though I have everything set up, I fear that my voice would not be liked and have a hard time focusing my voice, so it tends to be very flat at times or very forced sounding others, Nyang. The only thing you can do is just keep practicing, Nyang. You just gotta keep talking, Nyang. Also, I highly recommend for those of you who are streaming, Nyang, and are just trying to get into the groove of it, Nyang, go back and watch your VODs, Nyang. As cringy as you feel like it might be to sit through and listen to your own voice and like listen to yourself talk for another 2 hours, Nyang, it is really, really important. That means you go from being the streamer, Nyang, to the viewer, Nyang, and you can pick out what it is that you need to change for your next stream, Nyang. Whether it's you feel like your voice sounds too monotone, Nyang, or if its audio levels were uneven, Nyang, you have to go back, Nyang, and listen to your own stuff, Nyang. It's the only way, Nyang. You are your own worst critic, but you are also the reason why you can improve so very much, Nyang. So please listen to your own stuff, Nyang. The good initial view count will draw people in to see what the fuss is all about, I think, Nyang. Networking before you begin and solidifying friends and potential viewers is a must before you begin streaming, even as a VTuber nowadays, Nyang. I do believe that true, Nyang. Give Kai all the bullies, Nyang. No, don't bully Kai, Nyang. Did you decide on the next game, Nyang? I did, yes, Nyang. I've got a couple lined up. I got Fall Guys. I also got a new game called Dreamscaper, Nyang. Which is, I think, in beta, Nyang, so it shouldn't take too long, Nyang. And then Uyaya wants me to stream Yakuza 0, Nyang, so we've got all these things to try, Nyang. Honestly, I think it's the interaction I care more about than voice quality, Nyang. I go into a lot of streams, but the ones I care about and return to are the ones with good interaction with their chat, Nyang. The ones who just play a game and hardly interact are ones I generally drop, or at least don't visit if there are other ones streaming, Nyang. Yeah, buddy, Nyang. I'm pretty sure most English speakers mess up English, Nyang. Yes, for sure, Nyang. As posted in the meme section of the Discord, Harune is the lawful good of VTubers, Nyang. I'm lawful good? Eh? Stretching, Nyang. Okay, hoi! Nyang. Squeaky cherry ASMR, Nyang. Ah, Nyang. And to stay hydrated, Nyang. Oh, I'm all out of tea, Nyang. Nyang. I personally decided to stick around because the chat was partially because of the Socratic dialogue, Nyang. It's something neat to think about, Nyang. I think so too. I like having discussions like this, Nyang. Another stay hydrated. Arigato, Mix Watcher, Nyang. Nyang. I'm gonna pog everywhere she said that. I was gonna say I find that VTubers that interact with the community are a lot of the ones I'm more inclined to check out, Nyang. Usually I go, if there are many people watching her, it might be worth it while checking out, Nyang. Dude, Alex has some awesome art. Just check out the beefcake art tag! Yappa, Nyang! Help, I'm new, Nyang! I want to try V streaming, but I think I need to get better equipment first and an avatar, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang? Yappa, Nyang? Yes, Yakuza, Nyang! Yakuza, yes, 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 yes! Piang, piang, piang. Nyang. I can't play Nyang. I think the shock factor has been gone. I've witnessed it already, Nyang. A good way to set yourself up would be to record yourself read a story out loud, Nyang. What your ears hear and what your mic hears are very different. Do not be alarmed, as this is normal, Nyang. Also, microphone, Nyang. The kind of microphone that you use also changes your vocal quality. I know that sounds kind of like a given, right? But you would be shocked if you hear yourself on a gaming mic and like a streaming mic, Nyang. They are so different with quality, Nyang, that sometimes that can be the small difference that makes you hate your, go from hating your voice to actually being okay with your voice, Nyang. Whatever Harune's alignment is, it has to be some combination of lawful/neutral and good, Nyang. Listen to your own VODs, Nyang. I can hear myself in real time, Nyang, so the audio quality is fine, but when I watch my VODs, I think I sound annoying, Nyang. It might be cringy at first, Nyang, but I swear, take the time to listen to your VOD, Nyang, not yourself in real time, Nyang. Posture check! Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang! I'm actually sitting relatively straight, Nyang. Can you sing the Nyang Cat song, Nyang? A little bit, Nyang. I used to just to annoy my friends. Okay, that's all I'll do, Nyang. For the confidence thing, if it weren't for this community, I wouldn't be as confident in myself and my voice as I am now, Nyang. I'm still not perfect, but I can't ignore everyone who says stuff about it, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. You gotta take people's word for it, Nyang. You can't just be like, oh, they're just being nice, Nyang. There's no reason for them to be, you know, lying and kind, Nyang. I have a night to record singing. Oops. Daijoubu desu, Nyang. That means streaming is good, Nyang. I think Yakuza is good because you can study Japanese and that game's story is very good, but other games are also good, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. Confidence definitely comes off while you're streaming, Nyang, so it may be good to work on it a little and see how you can virtually puff your chest and smile, Nyang. Changing microphones is usually very noticeable no matter how minute. Daro, Nyang? Mic is important, Nyang. Yappa. Honestly, I do find chatting streams to be what keep coming back to the most. I do enjoy seeing games and stuff being played, Nyang, but I feel more engaged when there's interaction between streamers and viewers, Nyang. Kevin Lu agrees, Nyang. What kind of mic would be recommended for V streaming, Nyang? I like the company Blue, Nyang. Whether it's so, my first microphone that I used when I stream, Nyang, was a Blue Snowball, Nyang. I have since upgraded, like during quarantine, actually, Nyang. I got a Blue Yeti 10 or a Blue Yeti X, Nyang, and I really, really like it because you can control the gain, you can control different settings on the mic, like how the sound is received into the mic, Nyang. So I personally really, really like it, Nyang. I forget the song name, but I hear sometimes that song, Nyang. Tabun, Nyang. Asugure-san, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. Tokidoki kamo, Nyang. Kita koto ga aru melody da. Daro, Nyang. Daro, Nyang. Pop, 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 pop. Battle core, irashaima, Nyang. Good night, Lud Boy, Nyang. Thank you so much for coming, Nyang. And have a wonderful rest of your day, Nyang. I'm sorry, I'm taking the chance to like check things out, Nyang. Fine-tune audio filters is also a skill to learn, Nyang. Oh, am I finally? Oh my gosh, Chad, I'm caught up, Nyang. I didn't think this would happen, Nyang. The Blue Yeti, the regular one, is what I have, Nyang. Blue Yeti in general, I think is good. I think the 10 was on sale or something like that, so I got it, Nyang. Also because I liked the colors. I liked the colors on it, Nyang. So I was like, you know what, Nyang? If I'm gonna buy a new mic, Nyang, I want a mic that I'm gonna use for a long time, Nyang. So I splurged just a little bit, Nyang. So what is today's subject, Nyang? We were talking about sort of the different things that make certain aspects visual, content, and audio qualities to being a VTuber, Nyang, or a V-streamer, Nyang. Dude, Harune has finally 100 followers on Facebook. Congrats. So desu ka, Nyang? Arienai, Nyang. Arienai, Nyang. What are you all doing going over to Facebook? Yametoke, Nyang. Hotoite, Nyang. Leave it there, Nyang. Nyamber 15, Nyang. Burger King foot lettuce, Nyang. Nani, Nyang? Welcome to the future, Nyang. I was so surprised that you were catching up. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised too. She's finally caught up to this era, Nyang. Big patches, Nyang. Hey, wait. Chasenator, Nyang? Irashaima, Nyang. Kite kurete arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Hi, hi. Welcome, welcome. Tell me how to pronounce your name, Nyang, and how are you doing today, Nyang? Tutu. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch. Irashaima, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. How are you all doing today? Josema, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch. How are you doing today, Nyang? Please do not follow her Facebook, Nyang. That's confusing. What are we doing going to Facebook supporting our heckin' friend? Yeah. Oh my goodness. VC Face is free, has better tracking, performance, and customization options than Luppet. It's made by someone well versed in the tech and ingrained in the community, Nyang. Alex, remind me, Nyang. That's something I have to look into next, Nyang. I'll shill it everywhere, Nyang. No, I appreciate that, Nyang. Thank you so much for the reminder, Nyang, because that is something I want to check out next, Nyang. Someone please post Harune Facebook link, Nyang. Nyang. No, yamero, Nyang! Shinai ne, Nyang! I'm on Facebook but not on Twitter, so I follow on Facebook, Nyang. Oh, you want to be spam, Nyang? I mean, just send me reminders, Alex, Nyang. I'll spam you. Yeah, just remind me every once in a while, Nyang. I know Ouya had to do that earlier today. He goes, did you check that out yet? And I was like, oh, I've been so busy and I forgot, Nyang. Gomenasai, Nyang. Astronomic furry, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. So should I get to a streaming mic instead of using a PC gaming headset, Nyang? I think so, Nyang. Not here in chat, Nyang. Not here in chat, Nyang. I heard better than Luppet. I'm stuck with 310 Nyang. Nani said it, Nyang. My interest has been piqued, Nyang. How did I know, Nyang? I just found you and I'm so confused what's happening. I love it though. My name is pronounced Chasenator. Chasenator, Nyang. Chasenator, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow, Nyang. Welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Right now we're just chatting, Nyang, on the appeal, I guess the different kinds of appeals to virtual streamers, Nyang. So like, Chasenator, Nyang, what brought you here today, Nyang? You said I just found you, Nyang. How did you find this little corner of the internet, Nyang? I am curious, Nyang. It's going to be weird for those new followers who find out she doesn't actually Nyang normally, Nyang. I mean, it's at the bottom of the screen, Nyang. I hope so, Nyang. I hope you guys catch on, Nyang. Hold up. I just thought of an example, Nyang. If Harune had a clone that provided the exact same content, Nyang, but her profile picture was a plain brown background, Nyang, and her streamer name was just something lame, IDK like Steve, Nyang, I'm willing to bet a lot of that clone would take years to get where Harune is at now, Nyang. Who would even care to see what Steve is up to, Nyang? Whereas you see a cute blue-haired anime girl with robo horns, Nyang, you check it out, Nyang, and then stay for the content, Nyang. So so you think so it's all about profile picture and name like it is about the initial aesthetic, Nyang? I mean, I guess so. That really is the only way you're gonna get people to come check you out initially, Nyang. Digui? 教えてください, Nyang. How to pronounce your name? I don't know how to pronounce your name. ごめんなさい, Nyang. But thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Today it's the Kingdom of Nya, yappa, Nyang. She doesn't Nya usually. I do not, Nyang. I actually found you because I already was watching a few VTubers and you just so happen to be my recommendations, Nyang. Nice, Nyang. I would like to see what Steve is doing. I would like to know what Steve is up to, Nyang. Tell me what Steve is up to. We need to know about our good guy, Steve, Nyang. And it takes me 5 seconds to determine whether or not I want to engage, Nyang. You passed the 5-second test, Nyang. Nice desu, Nyang. Nice desu, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. Senza Amore, thank you so much for the follow, Nyang. And welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Is it Amore or Amor? Which pronunciation is it, Nyang? Welcome, Nyang. I don't know if you read it, but aside from avatar design, Nyang, if a VTuber is streaming a game I really like, I'll give them a watch, Nyang. I love seeing people playing and reacting to my favorite games, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang! I don't think I must have missed that. Gomenasai, Nyang. But that is true too, Nyang. Steve is Steving. But yeah, no, it is good to be like, oh, someone's playing this game. I love this game. No one plays this game, Nyang. And then you go to check it out and you're like, yes, Nyang. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take a second, Nyang. Kalikinosfe, thank you so much for the follow, Nyang, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. What brings you here today, Nyang? What up, Nyang? Alpha Maeko, irashaima, Nyang. What is up, my fuendo? I was gonna say my dude, just out of reflex, but I don't know if you're a dude or a dudette. Doesn't matter anyway, Nyang. Oh my god, there is a Steve! You should add some cat ears and a tail to your model while you're nyang, Nyang? No, I don't want to, Nyang. I'm not a cat girl, Nyang. This nyang is just for this week, Nyang. So there won't be any more of nyang outside of what I do on my own, Nyang. Starfire, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to the half Canadian, Nyang, and for allowing them to be a special cruncher within the kingdom for 4 months. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Kansha shiteimasu, Nyang. I think Harune was 2D or 3D VTuber I followed, Nyang. Oh yeah, I did debut as a 2D VTuber, Nyang. Like on my streams, I have a 2D model, Nyang. I'm not offended by either, Nyang. I say amor as in amor no e at the end. Senza amor. Yes! Sore shiyou yo, Nyang. Steve do in fact be Steven though. Can confirm. Can confirm Steve does in fact do the Steve thing, Nyang. It has been proven through science. Steve Nyang does Steve Nyang. Your room's so cute, Nyang. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. I just found it on the internet, Nyang. The gate, irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. I usually target the stream that doesn't have that many people, Nyang, because I know that the streamer is able of reading the chat and interact with everyone, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. For sure, Nyang. If the chat is too big, Nyang, sometimes, you know, you lose a bit of that interaction, Nyang. Just because there's chat's just going by so fast, Nyang. What brings me here today, Nyang, is that I looked at my handy dandy followed live list and you were on, Nyang. So here we are, Nyang. Nice desu, Nyang. Nice desu. I give you thumbs up, desu, Nyang. Wait, what am I looking at Discord? I heard my name. Yeah, Harune was the 2D VTuber I found. It was streaming a criminally underrated game I liked, so that was immediately earned points. So desu ka, Nyang. Do you remember what game that was, Nyang? I did not know that, Nyang. Wait, did I hear Amor? Yeah. 新しいファローの名前ですね, Nyang. Oh my god, someone other than me says dudette, Nyang? Of course. What else can be dude but dudette, Nyang? I think Harune was the first VTuber whose debut I anticipated, Nyang. I also saw Yui real early, Nyang, but I think I found her a little after she first debuted, Nyang. So you knew about me before I debuted, Nyang? 珍しい, Nyang. 珍しい, Nyang. Captain Bluebeard, Nyang. Hello, I'm late. Oh well. Hi, everyone. Hi. Don't worry about being late, Nyang. We're just sitting here chatting, Nyang. Who is Steve, Nyang? You know, Steve, our very first Facebook friend, Nyang. Halo Wars is cool, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. What brings you here today, Nyang? Based on our topic and just because I'd like to know, how did you find this little corner of the internet, Nyang? Let's see. Hey! Oh my gosh, Nyang. Gomenasai! Gomenasai, Nyang! I hiccup, Nyang! Hey! Gomenasai, Nyang! A bit of a tangent, but in general, how does someone go about commissioning someone for a 2D, 3D model, Nyang? If you search for 2D or 3D modelers, just in Twitter, like as a tag or whatever, most 2D and 3D model creators will have that as their handle, Nyang, or have that as part of their name, Nyang. And you can check out, you know, they'll have a website with some of the models that they've done previously, Nyang, and you can check out what you like and things. You also will have to check to make sure if they're open for commissions, Nyang, because sometimes, Nyang, or I should say, lately, Nyang, because VTubing has grown so much, Nyang, a lot of the really good modelers, Nyang, are closed for commissions, Nyang, or you have to put your commission in months and months and months in advance, Nyang, and sometimes they're not cheap. The really good ones can be ちょっと高いんですけど, Nyang. Steve from Minecraft, yes, Nyang. Oh, she has a handy dandy notebook thingy, sweet, Nyang. Nyani? Kuyachiko Harune moderate habla español, Nyang. I can't speak Spanish. Te quiero también. Disco Squishlock, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. What brings you here today, Nyang? Most observable, Nyang. Yeah, I saw you on Twitter before you had any videos, Taro, Nyang. Yes, I was active on Twitter before anywhere else, Nyang. Harune is such a wonderful VTuber because she seems to genuinely care about the well-being of her audience, Nyang. I chose to stick around after participating in event stream, Nyang. Oh wait, the one where I was talking about my student that I had to kick out of class, Nyang. You stuck around for that, Nyang? Gomenyo, Nyang. I had to go for a sec. What is with the Nyang, lol? Read the bottom of the screen, Nyang. That's exactly what I did too. Oh, Sokaiji, Nyang. I usually find VTubers on Twitch by a VTuber I follow shouting out another VTuber. Networking is important, Nyang. A VTuber I follow rating another VTuber, or because of subscriber emotes, Nyang. Naro, Nyang. That's what I do. There are actually VTubers that I used to watch a lot that I don't watch as much anymore because they got too big, Nyang. Zen, Nyang. Categoriki irashaima, Nyang. Hiccup, yes, hiccup, Nyang. I do not like Halo Wars, StarCraft is the best game, Yang. You might want to consider changing your username, Yang. It was Valhalla, Yang. I tried and looked around, but very few people were streaming it, Yang, and no one was streaming it when you were, Yang. So that was cool, Yang. It's not a game my friends are interested in, so it was cool to see a mutual interest, Yang. Hey! No one was streaming it at the time, Yang? That's so silly, Yang. It's such a great game, Yang. I was summoned by... what did I miss? Not much, Nyang. Here's a good question that I might be the first person in the history of your stream to ask this, but who is the girl on your TV screen on the right side of the room? You are right. You are not the first person on the planet to ask that. I do not know who that is, Nyang. CSU Perk? CSU, wait, C Super C. C Super C. Irashaima, Nyang. Thank you so much for the follow, Nyang, and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. How are you doing today, Nyang? Ooh, stay hydrated. Okay, now I'm back to being behind on chat, Nyang. Nyang. I hate when people say if you do a nya sound, they will start to call you a furry and well, IDK, Nyang. A bunch of friends ask me this question, Nyang. How cats say meow in Japanese? And I respond, nya, but not in a kawaii tone. And just for that question, they start to call me a furry, Nyang. Well, that's just that they just want to roast. They just want to roast and be jerks then, Nyang. Just don't let it get to you, Nyang. Don't give them the reaction they're looking for, Nyang, and then you won't have a problem, Nyang. A Gibbons, thank you so much for the host, Nyang. I go out, thanks for your stream. Goodbye, everyone. Hiro-san, 来てくれて本当にありがとうございました、Nyang. Bye bye, Nyang. 今日一生懸命頑張りましょう、Nyang. Bye bye. あとでね、Nyang. Since we're nyang here, Nyang, can you say things out loud, Nyang? Well, number one, I've said that one out loud several times, Nyang. If you want me to say something out loud, Nyang, you have to redeem a read aloud redeem with your channel points, Nyang. Okie dokie, Nyang. Arigatou gozaimashita, Nyang. Thank you so much for your patience, Nyang. You can also try making one yourself with V-Roid Studio. That is also true, Nyang. You can also do that, Nyang. If you saw Harune on the beach, then it must have been in the past 3 months, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. That's Alba, Nyang? Tare Alba, Nyang? / shrug, Nyang. I was curious. I am an aspiring VTuber and I'm looking into getting my background bedroom. Was wondering where / how you got yours, Nyang. I just looked on Google Images. There are a lot of, I mean, as long as you type like, you know, like anime bedroom background or something like that, Nyang, I think you can find some, Nyang. Yes, Nyang. I think a big part of also what you do outside of Twitch, Nyang. A lot of people I follow on here are just musicians and YouTubers, and I am fans of outside of Twitch. Plus, I heard a lot of you say that you first discovered Harune through Twitter, Nyang. Thus, activity outside of streaming also plays a part in your viewer and follower count, Nyang. You do kind of have to, like, get yourself out there, Nyang, and, like, let people know that you exist, right? Because limiting yourself to just one platform, Nyang, makes it twice as hard to occur interest, right, Nyang? Because not everyone who's on Twitter has a Twitch. Not everyone on Twitter has... Or not everyone on Facebook has a Twitter. Not everyone on Twitch has a Twitter or Facebook, right, Nyang? So you do, or YouTube. Although I don't know anyone who doesn't have a YouTube nowadays, Nyang. So you do have to, you know, work around it and stuff, Nyang. Do I like Chihuahuas, Nyang? You know what? I like all creatures to the best of my ability, Nyang. But Chihuahuas, like, as a dog breed, Nyang, I'm not a fan of, Nyang. They're too small and they yip too much, Nyang. Gomenne, Nyang! I mean, they do their best, Nyang. They survive, right? They live, Nyang. I'm not gonna dislike them for that, Nyang. But just like if I had a preference, Nyang, I would much rather have a collie than a Chihuahua, Nyang. It was a week or two ago when she was doing her last English is hard, Nyang. Swimsuit stream, Nyang. I was watching a replay, another VTuber replay, and she had rated that stream, so I decided to take a look because she was live, Nyang. Naruhodo, Nyang. Nyang. I still don't have my laptop to make my character, and my 3D friend asked me to start making 3D and app and imagine character. Muskasi ne, nyang, making characters, nyang. I'm gonna be moving deep into the forest, 4 acres of land. Nice, nyang. And then a bunny appeared, nyang. Do I like frogs, nyang? I do like frogs, nyang. Corgis are awesome, nyang. Corgis are pretty heckin' cute, nyang. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Makitiami? Nani, nyang? Nani, nyang? I have a Shiba and she is awesome, nyang. Shiba Inus are so cute, nyang. I have a friend who has a Shiba. Wait, no. Wait, what does she have? What does she have? Does she have a Shiba? No, she has a Corgi, nyang. I don't know. I actually don't have any friends that has a Shiba. Which is zanen desu kedo, nyang, because they're super cute, nyang. Corgi mixes are the best. It's just the other breed, but Corgi shaped. Bark, shark, irashaima, nyang. Hi. I have a Shiba. Yes. I want a Dogo, nyang. I wish I had a Dogo, nyang. I have 2 golden retrievers and they're as sweet as can be, nyang. Golden retrievers are like super heckin' friendly. Like golden retrievers, huskies, nante you know, nyang. Samoyeds are all like super duper like friendly, like energetic. They're like the extroverted dogs, nyang. Collies are, I always sort of see as like being kind of introverted and elegant, nyang. But that could just be all be in my head, nyang. Maybe I'll be back. I'll check out what the other streamers are up to, nyang. Thank you so much for coming, Lewd Hero, and have a wonderful rest of your day, whether it is morning, noon, or night, nyang. LMAO, I have a cat, and he's the bestest and strongest boy, nyang. I would not mind a cat either. I think I lean more towards being a dog person, nyang, but I could, you know, I very much want a cat too, nyang. I would love to have a Maine Coon, nyang, just because I'm allergic to cats, nyang. I'm allergic to cats, nyang, so I need something that will, you know, that's a little bit more hypoallergenic, nyang. Dread Fruit, irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Hireth Fate, irashaima, nyang. Hi, thank you so much for coming, nyang. Oh, ducks are cute, nyang. Malamutes fill me with love, so fluffy, nyang. I want a duck a lot. Ducks are cool. I had 1 beta fish. No, I had 2 beta fish, just at 2 separate times, and 2 hermit crabs. And that was the extent of having pets, nyang. Telden Moore, irashaima, nyang. You can get a Sphinx, one of the hairless cats. They're hypoallergenic. I know they exist, but they're just so wrinkly. I don't know, nyang. Nyang. I know that's so mean because they can't help it, you know? But like, I just can't. Populu, irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. I had 2 cats, Saga and Faust. I still consider myself a mostly dog person, but my void babies scream at me for chicken and I would kill them. I love it, nyang. I hear that buff pup in your voice, nyang. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming, chat. We're gonna have such a great day. I know, I feel Harune, don't feel bad. My sister has a dachshund that was a rescue dog, and she doesn't like me at all. I did nothing to her. She just won't give me a chance, no matter how hard I tried. I've been bitten numerous times, nyang. If she's a rescue, maybe she was abused by her previous male owners, nyang. I've seen dogs like that before who like only respond to women and will like actively just poop on the floor in front of a male, nyang. It's really sad because, you know, you have to work so hard, nyang, to just like have them gain your trust, and past the point they just don't anymore, nyang. I have now gained my credentials, nyang. Big Line Man, irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the 500 crunches. You didn't have to do that, Wendo. Just want to stop by and say hi before I call it a day, nyang. Enjoy the rest of your stream and have a great weekend, nyang. Thank you so much, Big Line Man, nyang. Scoops up kitty and runs away, nyang. What? Harune is a dog lover? All this time I thought she was part of the cat camp, nyang. Listen, I said I lean more towards dogs, but I don't like one particularly more over the other. I love cats just as much, nyang. I can get a duck for $2.50, nyang. Should I do it, boys? I know how to take care of them, nyang. Yo, if you want to get a duck, man. Who's gonna stop you, nyang? Gio, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, nyang. Irashaima, nyang. Thank you so much for the $500, Nyang. No, it was not $500. 500 crunches, Nyang. Am I missing something? Why is Nyang being said so much? Nyang, please read the bottom of your screen. I am amazed by how many of you don't read, Nyang. It is shocking, Nyang. It's like in big bold letters on the bottom of the screen, Nyang. Please read. You guys. Oh my goodness, Nyang. Harune equals buff pop equals Ouya, meaning Harune is her own manager, Nyang? Wait, Nyani? Oh, wait. You think buff pop is Ouya, Nyang? Listen, if you've ever heard Ouya talk, Nyang, you would know he is not buff pop, Nyang. Reading? What is that, Nyang? I'm not surprised how many people don't read. You think we pay attention, Nyang? I do think you pay attention, Nyang. You're all wonderful people, that's why, Nyang. It's because you're all wonderful, Nyang. You think we know how to read, Nyang? I love that that's your excuse. It's just like, you think, kudos to you to think we know how to read, Nyang. I can't read, Nyang. I have heard Ouya talk, Nyang. He sounds nothing like buff pop, Nyang. I am reading the bottom of my screen. All I see is a sidebar to scroll from left to right on my screen, Nyang. I only have audio on since I'm moving, so no Wi-Fi. There's nothing on my screen. I'm sorry. Oh no, Sinpai Sinai then, Nyang. Yeah, let me know if you can't, you know, see the screen, Nyang. LMAO, imagine reading in 2020, Nyang. Wait, hang on a second, guys. You guys don't read for fun, Nyang? You guys don't read for fun anymore, Nyang? Does anyone read for fun here anymore, Nyang? Is it just me, Nyang? Nyang? I never learned to read. That's shown by my insightful commentary coming up, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. Insightful desu, Nyang. I still do on occasion, Nyang. That's good, Nyang. I read for fun. Good, Nyang. What's fun, Nyang? That is sad, Nyang. I had 2 good responses and 1 really sad response, Nyang. I read manga, Nyang. Good. At least that's reading, Nyang. I read the entirety of the Megaborn series and I love every second of it, Nyang. I read manga for fun. Does that count? Yes. It involves words, so I'd say it's reading, Nyang. I like the classics, Nyang. Nice, Nyang. I want to read, but all the books I bought are on back order, Nyang. Oh no, Nyang. So, why I got an Alexa, Nyang? What is read, Nyang? Well, Harune, it's not like you have How to Kill a Mockingbird on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, you're right. I don't have like a full novel on the bottom of my screen coded out to say Virtual's Care Milestone Goal, Nyang, for a week, Nyang. I read for fun, Nyang. I have a book in my car that I chip away at when I'm waiting on something in the car, Nyang. Ah, nice, Nyang. What comics are good to read, Nyang? Do subtitles count, Nyang? Anything that involves reading, Nyang, but I don't know who reads subtitles for fun, Nyang. Tio Smokey, Nyang. Hello, I am from Brazil. Could send a save. Save, Nyang? Who are we saving, Nyang? I read the book from Ex Mortis. Does that count, Nyang? I don't know what Ex Mortis is, but you know what? As long as you're reading, it doesn't matter to me, Nyang. Yosh, minasan! Kokode owarimashou yo, Nyang! It is way past my usual ending time, Nyang, so you all need to enjoy the rest of your days. Guys, for us in the States, Nyang, it is a long weekend, Nyang. I had today off of work, Nyang. I have tomorrow off of work, Nyang. I don't have anything to do Sunday, Nyang. And I have Monday off of work, Nyang. I'm so excited to do nothing, Nyang. Yappa. Kancha shiteimasu, Nyang. Thank you so much, USA, for Labor Day, Nyang. But also, like I said, Girl DM, Nimin and I, Kai, and myself will be recording episode 0 of our GHK podcast tomorrow night at around 9 p.m. EST, Nyang. It might be 9 p.m., it might be 9:15 p.m., it might be 9:30 p.m., Nyang. So please, consider following my Twitter. That's how I spell Twitter. Or my Discord, for the official posts about it, Nyang. Yes, Arm, thank you so much for shouting out Girl DM, Nyang. Girl DM as in Twitter Girl DM? Yeah. As in girl _DM _Nyang. So we had Girl DM _Nyang. We also have Nemur and I Kai Nyang. No MySpace, Nyang. And Canada be at Labor Day off as well. Yappa, Nyang. Yappa, Nyang. And money also no school, Nyang. Oh, I'm sorry, Aram, I beat you to it, Nyang. Go, Nyang. No, you beat me to it. I'm sorry, Nyang. Actually, Harune, if you need to put up another notice like this again, you might want to make it a slow scrolling text. Our eyes are naturally more aware of moving things than static things, Nyang. No, thank you so much. I'm worst mod. I quit. No, you don't. You're not the worst mod. Don't quit. We love you too much, Nyang. Yay for having Labor Day off, Nyang. Angity, thank you so much also for the really good idea, Nyang. I will keep that in mind, Nyang. Sucks to suck, I guess, Nyang. 心配しないでください, Nyang. There will be a VOD of it, I believe, and then we will also edit it and then post it to my YouTube channel, Nyang. So there is that as well. Oh, I almost shouted out. There we go, Nyang. There we go, Nyang. So, どこへも行かないでください, Nyang. Don't go anywhere, Nyang. We are going to find windows to raid, Nyang. There we go. I know who I want to raid, Nyang. Let's do it, Nyang. Death Metal, thank you so much for the 100 crunches. Nyang, thank you so much for the stream, Nyang. Arigatai desu, Nyang. Speaking of girl DM, girl_DM_Nyang, that is going to be our raid today, Nyang. So, like I said, どこへも行かないでください. Please don't go anywhere, Nyang. Stick around for the raid so we can show the person that we're raiding all the love and support that you would show your favorite content creator, Nyang. Once again, please keep your eyes peeled for episode 0 of the GHK podcast, Nyang. And other than that, I will see you all Monday morning for my next stream, Nyang. And also, for those of you who are interested in my Discord server, Nyang, we also have anime nights on Monday nights at 9:30 p.m. EST. And we just finished Gurren Lagann. So we are now starting Unicamp, Nyang. So I'm super excited because it's perfect time for this sort of weather. The season is changing into fall, Nyang. So it is time to get our camp on, Nyang. Camp comp, Nyang. Omega Gull, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the Kingdom of Crunch, Nyang. Irashaima, Nyang. Hi, so why don't we throw in a bunch of Harune peaks and say, this is a siege, Nyang. This is a Nyang siege, Nyang. ありがとうございました、Nyang. 来てくれて本当にありがとうございました. I will see you all next week. Bye bye.